Changanya maji, maharagwe na mahindi, rusha yote kwa moto na uchemshe kamili. Githeri toa alafu unyunyuzie kachumbi, kisha sunda kwa jua ndivyo isipatane nayo vumbi. GMP's Githeri Media Podcast. GMP's Young Toro on a broadcast. GMP's Githeri Media Podcast. GMP's Young Toro on a broadcast. Hey, every lab. Githeri Media Podcast. Coming live to your speakers. Young Toro eye picker. Skizza.
There's no going back, bro.
Now we're in this. What's up, people? Welcome to the podcast, Dairy Media Podcast. I'm your host, Young Toro, and today I have a guest. It's a very, very special guest.
The baddest bitch on the planet.
What do people call you? What do your friends call you?
I mean, everyone calls me Madame. I mean, I feel like that's significant. Like, I walk in a room, Madame's in the building.
Okay, all right. I don't know why. Because I think I know what your first name is. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, okay. My first name. Let me just say it to everybody because everybody knows. My first name is actually Nyaboke. But people call me Joyce, just so, you know, the white folk, they can't pronounce my name correctly. But, you know, everybody calls me Joyce. Joyce, everyone's first choice. So, it is what it is.
You came with the bars, too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Joyce with the... Is it Joyce?
Joyce, everyone's first choice. Because I'm not second to nobody.
God damn. Okay. Talk your shit.
Mm.
How you been, Nyaboke?
I'm doing good, Young Tor. You know, it's been a minute. Like, low-key, just me and you. You know, nili agopa. You know how they say it in Swahili? Agopa, scared, you feel me?
Well,
To be on the
you scared of me?
podcast, because, you know... Huh?
Who you scared of? You scared of me?
No, I'm not scared of you. You know how the people be talking.
Yeah,
So, at the same time, when, you know, I pop my shit, I really pop my shit.
That's for
So...
real. Hey,
Uh-huh.
that's what I'm saying.
But at the same time, happy 420, early 420.
This is pre 420. Today's 419. Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it's a pre-game.
Yeah, tomorrow is gonna be. I don't know. I have nothing planned, but I've been getting a lot of weed. All of a
Are
sudden,
you more of a smoker or drinker?
both?
Really?
I get
But if you
drunk.
had to choose.
No, I have to do both.
Oh, okay.
I get drunk, then I get high. It's that high you can't. I always keep chasing that. The first high I got was the best.
So does weed sober you up?
If I smoke, then drink, I sober up. But if I drink,
Okay.
then I smoke. That shit, and I take off.
See, I'm the opposite. If I drink, then smoke, I sober up. But if I smoke, then drink, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that because I used to smoke. And once I started drinking, I'm like, what the fuck?
Uh-huh.
Then I started drinking first. So I drank. Then when I'm just almost at that point, you're starting to get tipsy. That's when I started smoking.
Right.
Because I don't want to get too fucked up. Then I pass out.
No, right. So what's up? What's new with you? What's good? I mean,
Took another.
rumor has it you're in a relationship. In a relationships, you were traveling. You were on vacation. Like, what's up with that, Young Toro? I'm trying to be like you someday.
No, don't be like me. Be better. Yeah, I just went to Kenya. People go to Kenya all the
I
time.
know.
Yeah.
So how was that
It's
vibe?
cool. Kenya's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Kenya's cool when you got money. Because I went in 2020.
No.
I was broke. But I went this time.
Right.
It's pretty cool. Some nice
Right.
spots. You know, a little racism here and there. But
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I feel like this is your podcast. I'd be asking a lot of questions.
no,
So,
go ahead. No, I don't.
just tell me about, like, your experience. Like, how did a Kikuyu man end up in Kansas? Like, did you click your 2 feet and you were in Kansas? You know, did you kick your 2 heels and then you came to Kansas? You know what they say here? If you watch The Wizard of Oz,
Yeah.
Kansas is very prominent
For real?
when it comes to that movie. You've never seen Ruby when she
No, I haven't
clicks her...
I need to watch that. I haven't watched.
You do. You're in Kansas. Like, come on.
But, yeah. Also got work, and I got a 5-year-old, so I'm just like,
Oh, oh yeah, I forgot. You're a dad.
yep. Some people call me daddy.
Uh huh. So,
Oh,
how's the father life?
being a dad is cool. Yeah.
Really? Were you scared?
No, I rarely get scared. I get scared when it's like my, like I got scared when I had my daughter in ICU because she has asthma. That's
Oh,
anything
okay.
that could harm my daughter. That then I'm scared. Anything
Oh,
else,
okay. Right.
anything that would happen that could affect her is what I'm scared of. Anything else, I'm just
So the birth, how was that for you? You saw
no.
everything.
I was on the side. I knew
Oh.
I wouldn't. I
Oh, okay.
can't. You don't look at it the same. So I was just,
Right.
you know what?
Right.
I'm gonna hold your
Are
hand.
you not able to see like?
I'm gonna hold your hand. I'm gonna be
Is
on your
it
side.
hard for you to see like
No, I got the.
a baby coming
Yeah, I
out?
wasn't trying to see that.
Oh,
I wasn't trying to
damn.
see that. I knew I'd pass out.
Oh, really?
So
I mean, it is the mother of your child. Like, I don't know. Like, if you're nasty, nasty, I feel like a childbirth is like okay for you. You know, it depends how you are.
I'm not good with blood.
Mm.
Yeah, and I didn't know what to expect. So I was like, no, let me be on the other side. Yeah, I'll see the baby come out. Okay, cut the cord.
You
Other side.
know, you've heard me talk my shit, pop my
Right.
shit. I always tell people if a man isn't drinking my liquids,
Mm-mm-mm.
he doesn't give a
Hold
fuck
on.
about me. And I
Hold
no,
on.
and the reason why I'm
Wait,
saying
wait.
that,
If he's not drinking, what liquids are we talking about?
I'm talking about we nasty. My legs are popped up. You down there, shlabba dabba dip.
Ugh.
You feel me? I
So,
just feel like as a
mhm.
woman, if you decide to be the father of my children, you have to see me at my worst
And your worst.
and deal with it.
What's your worst? When's
I mean,
I'm trying to because hold on. If you're not willing to, because the women have a lot of fluids, you know. There's saliva.
right,
There is, uh, yeah, they have a lot of fluids. So which
right.
one? Which one's it?
And men do too. I mean,
We don't have.
don't you think it's sexy, like if a girl drank your semen or no?
It depends on a preference. I don't even know how it tastes like.
I mean, is she a spitter or a quitter?
Shit, I've never come from being. Yeah, nobody's ever given me head and I came ever.
Oh, okay.
So it's never happened. So I don't think it'll happen, but we will see. I never say never, you know.
You know, but like that's what I want. Like if I had a child, if I was pregnant right now, 9 months, I really want the father of my child to deliver my baby. Like I want a home birth. I don't see
Ooh.
myself delivering in a
Wait,
hospital.
hold on. Uh, what? Because what I'm not getting is, so you wouldn't want a professional, someone who's had more practice. So you want someone who's never done this before to deliver your baby.
But this is how I feel. When it comes to the healthcare system in America, I'm sorry, but I just feel like as a black woman, when there's systematic racism in hospitals, I don't feel like there's some doctor professionals who really know my body. And if you look into the history of black
Okay.
women in hospitals, if you go back to like 1970s where, Roe versus Wade
Uh-huh.
became legal, there's also a book that I put you, I don't know if I put you on with it, but it's called Take My Hand. And it talks about a nurse
Uh-huh.
from Alabama, Tuskegee. This is based
Right.
on true stories of her working in a white clinic and, prescribing medications to black women who really didn't need the medications. So things like Depo-Vera, which is like that shot that, is basically birth control but stops your period for long periods of time. So what they would do is they would take nurses and bring them to like predominantly poor neighborhoods and then like inject these children who are 11, 12, 13 years old with birth control when they're not even menstruating. So 10, 12 years later, these children that where children are like 20, 24, trying to have babies but end up infertile.
So
So
from
the
the
history when it comes to
Mhm.
healthcare, the system,
No, I agree.
to the black
I
women,
agree.
bro, I really have to study and take the time to be like, damn, like, what is this doctor prescribing me? Does he really know what's wrong with my body? And, so on and so forth. So for me, I'm a home birth bitch.
And
Like, if my man
but see that okay.
isn't
Can
okay
we
with
can
me
we
having a
well
home birth, he
can I
doesn't
say
care
this?
about
So
me.
instead of trusting, I mean, you trust your man, but would you rather? What if there's a
Mm-hmm.
midwife? So there's a black lady
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
who's
yeah, yeah.
how
A
about that?
midwife,
But
yeah.
someone with more experience, someone who knows. Okay, if this happens, this because your man's gonna be like, oh fuck, okay, this is happening. So what do we do? What do we do? Did you think that's something to consider at least? Because I get it. The mistrust with the healthcare
No, most
system, I
definitely.
totally understand. Yeah, so
Yeah. But like, yes, I do believe in midwives and doulas and
right.
things like that. But I also want my significant other to do the research when it comes to me being pregnant. Like, if I'm pregnant, I really hope my man is researching and helping me in every way possible for me to have a healthy birth. And I feel like a lot of men don't do that nowadays. I really do. Like, from my experience, from my friends being pregnant, it's always, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. Da, 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 da. And that's something I wish and hope doesn't
Right.
happen to me. So when it comes to relationships and who I'm popping my
Mm-hmm.
pussy to, I'm very
No,
particular.
because the other thing is,
Mm.
let me play devil's advocate, right? So every person
Mhm.
experiences pregnancies differently. So all pregnancies are not the same,
Mhm.
right? So how
Right.
are you going to conduct a research when there's so many variations? Like different people experience different things. So what am I looking at
Mhm.
exactly? Because I don't even know how yours is gonna be. Because yours might be.
Well, I don't know. I'm not
That's what I'm
pregnant
saying.
yet. I wouldn't
See,
under. I
I
would.
think you're
Uh
putting
huh.
a lot of pressure on someone to figure out a solution for you when maybe your problem does
Uh
not
huh.
match any of these other problems that have been before.
Right. And I agree with you 100%, but it's not necessarily putting it on somebody. It's basically me letting that person know, "Hey, I'm pregnant. It's your baby. We're in this together." It takes
That's
two to
facts.
tango.
That I
So,
agree with you.
I want my significant other to understand that, hey, if I'm doing research to figure out why I'm in pain, why I
Hmm.
feel this way, you should be taking the initiative. Right now in this pregnancy, it's a 50-50 type of collaboration. So I expect you to put your 50% into figuring out what we can do as partners together, future parents, in order for me to have a successful, healthy pregnancy.
Fair point. Fair point. I
You
thought
know
you're
what I
saying
mean?
like have you have to know everything. Which I mean you could try, but
No, hell
yeah,
no.
okay, I agree. Because I was
You
before
know?
my daughter was born, I was there every step of it. I'm still there. So I've done
Right.
everything I needed to do. So, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so before the podcast, you
So
said
I have a
you had to
question.
talk your shit to me. So I really wanted to. But yeah, go ask me a question.
So when it comes to you and the birth of your daughter, how were you able to manage a very healthy
Well,
co-parenting
we were married already.
balance? Was it hard
No,
from the
no, we
beginning?
were married. So it's a solid foundation type of marriage.
Oh.
Then after we had the baby, then things started just kind of slowing down. So we just, yeah, we separated.
So were you the one who initiated the divorce or oh, okay.
Why?
So how are you able to incorporate, how are you able to explain that to your
She's
child?
not aware yet. Yeah,
Oh
she
yeah.
hasn't even started
Yeah.
studying.
So
So as
as a
soon as she
father,
starts asking questions, I'll figure out where she's at first. You can There's no one answer, so it's going to get to a point she'll
mhm.
understand. But as when I know she can.
Were you ready for marriage?
What?
Be honest. Were you ready for marriage?
That's why I'm not the
Okay.
one that initiated it. Because I was
So,
like, I'm building something.
right, but where do you feel like you did anything wrong in the time of your
Maybe I work
marriage?
too much. Maybe I did. But that's the probably the only reason. But
Mm,
everything else, I don't think so.
right. So, you're not the problem.
I don't want to say that because the marriage ended because of me.
Okay.
So I can't say I was not the problem. I'm just saying it's just maybe they realized they're not who they thought I would be or thought I was. Or they got to a point
Mm-hmm.
they were like, you know what, this is
Mm-hmm.
not what I signed up for. So
Right. So, I always say that marriage also takes other people in order to have a successful marriage. I really think it does. Um, as an aspects like how was your relationship with that other side of the family? Was it
it was decent.
solid? Was it
Yeah.
decent?
Because
So,
I try not to get involved in my in-laws a lot.
mm, mm. See, like
The
for
too much
me,
integration
if I
is never good. So just keep your distance. Just be there when you need to.
mm, mm. But that's the thing too. Like when you say that, I would have to disagree with you. Before I step into that marriage type of ordeal, my biggest thing is having a healthy, decent relationship with the other side of the family. Because that's when you really get to know who the person is.
But sometimes the person is not like the family and the person, they behave differently.
That's what I'm saying. But then you can get an outside perspective from the other family since they've known this person for their entire life. You
But
can really
they won't tell
understand
you.
that aspect
They're never
of.
gonna tell you, oh, they did this, oh, they did that. They'll never tell you because they'll always sell a good side of. You know what I'm saying? So they won't tell you the in depth.
Do you really think, like, okay, as an
Mhm.
African woman, do you really think most African women families are like that?
No, I think it's just a human thing. No human's going to tell you, oh, Nyaboke, she might seem pretty, but she has XYZ going on. They won't. They're never going to. Humans are
Mm.
not gonna ever tell whoever you're going to marry, oh yeah, she's like your bad they will never do that.
I beg to differ. I feel like when I was in my
Mhm.
first ever relationship and I introduced, actually, I never really introduced him one on one to my father, it was through the phone. And my dad spilled the tea about how I was as a youngin'. He just told her, hey, my daughter was wild as fuck. What makes you think that you can hold her down to be the woman she wants to
See, I
be
haven't met
type
those kind
shit?
of parents yet. I'm yet to though.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
I'm
yet.
saying.
I'm yet to find those. I haven't yet, but we'll see. I'm not trying to get married again.
Yeah,
So
my dad spills all the tea. He talks so much shit until the man is able to be like, no, your daughter's not like this. Like I can change her. Like he tries to have that type of I'm against my daughter
Mhm.
type of ordeal and sees if the nigga is willing to defend me. That's his trick. So I mean, it is what it is, we both
Yeah,
have different
I've never.
perspectives. We've
Yeah,
all gone through
true.
different stages in life.
And that's what I'm saying. The
So,
human experience is so different. We experience life so differently. Sometimes we experience
mhm.
the some shared ones, but most for the most part we share like we have different experiences. So that's why the takes are usually sometimes unique. But yeah,
Mhm.
go ahead.
So, tell me about your experience this is feeling like kind of like a young Toro, like let's
Right.
get to know him type of idea. Tell me about your experience in Kenya. Were you middle class? Were
Was
you
broke as fuck.
broke as fuck? Like, damn, as a Kikuyu
I was
man, I thought
I
y'all
was
had money.
listen. I had just my folks, self-employed, so just did their own thing. Never been employed in their lives. So that's how they made ends meet. Went through high school, I have two siblings after me, so
Mm-hmm.
I got off of high school. My sister was going into high school, so I was supposed to go to
Mm-hmm.
university. So my grandpa said, "If you do well, I'll pay for your college." So I was like, I didn't even apply to any college in Kenya really. So I just went through my KCSE. I got average grade, which was good to go into campus. So I started looking for schools because I didn't sign up for the. Because in Kenya, after high school, you usually sign up which university you want to, then the course. And then you're given
Mm-hmm.
like maybe your top three choices. So they choose the major for you, basically.
Right.
Yeah,
And I
they
think that's
choose the
fucked
major
up,
and
but
choose
it's
where you're gonna
fine.
go to school. But I didn't sign up to it because I was like, no, fuck that shit. Got through high school, told my
Mm-hmm.
grandpa, I found these schools, so I don't know which one you want to pay for. He's like, nah, you gotta come to America. I was like, word, okay, sure. So I went through the interview process.
So tell me about the United States process. A poor nigga, he doesn't end up having money for college. Duh, 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 duh. How were you able to win that green card and live your best life?
What was it? I came here for school. I was here for a couple semesters. Met this girl in school. We were dumb enough. We were like, yeah, let's just quit school and start life. She was like, all right, bet. So we got married. I got married at 21, 22, I think. Um, yeah.
Did you show her the
Oh
Kenyan
shit.
culture, the Kenyan
I was like, yeah.
experience?
She
Which
told me how to make chapatis. We got everything because I was excited. But then, so this is yeah, and this is
did
weird.
you bring her to
I
Kenya?
didn't see that then. The fact that after that, we never spoke about it. Never. So after that, I was still the one making it. That's when I was like, so now looking back, I'm like, oh shit, I should have took a hint. This shit's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we lived through life. Just
So since you're a broke ass nigga in Kenya, sorry. How were you able to afford to come to the States for school? I thought your
he
grandpa
said
wasn't
he
paying
would.
for
That's
shit.
why I said word. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I'll pay for everything. I was like, word, okay. Um, but there was a trick to it. He paid for the first semester, so he paid for the
Mm-hmm.
flight. He paid for like my first couple months, first semester worth of rent, because I got an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, I would stay at his house, but then I'd still help him with the bills in the house. So after the first semester, he was like, "Listen here, man. I paid your first semester, so from now on, you got it." So I had to go to a community college. So
Damn.
yeah, so I had to find a job. I had to find all that shit just to figure it out. Yeah. So yeah, it was tough. But I was
Right.
a hustler, so I was like, I could do anything just to make money. So I just
Right. You feel me? Kikuyu
set up a
style. You feel
yeah.
me?
But to have a baby,
So
to
I'll
have a
talk a
baby has
little bit of
been.
huh?
I started working in a warehouse. I've just been in the same job for like 5 years. So it's gonna be 5 years in June.
Oh really? So you just
So
worked your way up?
slowly, yeah, yeah. Because I was like, fuck, I have a kid. I just need stability. So I was just like, play it safe. But yeah, but I need to go back to school and finish my degree.
Right. Were your parents scared that you were having a
Shit, they
kid?
were
How did
like,
they feel? Were they
I couldn't
happy?
afford to have them come to my wedding. That's how broke I was. So I was alone. I mean, I had my uncle and whatever. But yeah, I didn't have shit. It's taken me years to build this shit. To be where I am right now, shit, came a long way. Came a
Yeah,
long
you know,
way.
life is hard. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My experience, I've always had a silver spoon in my mouth. I cannot lie. I will not lie on this podcast, bro. I never had to struggle. I really didn't. The only time I had to struggle is when I turned 18 and my
After
parents were like,
3 and a half.
damn, we brought you into the most prestigious Catholic
Uh,
school in
they
America.
said, listen,
We're done
figure it
with your
out.
ass. Now you gotta figure it out on your own.
Damn. Yeah, that's basically what my parents did. But I just came to a different country.
Right. But what I'm trying to say is, me personally, my parents came in the 90s at 18 years old, won a green card lottery ticket in one of the most, it's not even, I wouldn't say consider it poor, but one of the most rural areas in KC, bro. My dad didn't wear shoes until he was 18 years old.
Damn.
Motherfuckers were broke. My first Kenyan experience going back to KC really changed my life and is the reason why I'm the person I am
How
today.
old were you going
Because,
back to Kenya?
huh?
Um,
17. So that kind of changed my life. This was the first time meeting my family, seeing the scopes. I've always been interested in my culture, but Kenya really was the step for me because you got to understand, I started learning Swahili at 17, listening to podcasts, going on
so that's what led you to Kenya,
Clubhouse.
basically.
When I went to Kenya for like
You said
six,
just
7 months,
interacting. That's how you learn
huh?
Swahili. You just learn Swahili over just interacting with people.
Interacting with
I mean, that's
people,
how
yes,
we learn.
for the 6 months. Then I ended up going on spaces like Clubhouse, House Party during COVID, all of that, and listening to Swahili speakers. So I was able to get a gist. Now, before I start, so 2018, I ended up going to Kenya. My grandpa was really sick. He was like, "Hey,
Right.
I know I'm about to die soon. Please bring your kids so they can meet me for the first time cuz I've never met my dad's parents ever." So I end up going to my parents end up
Mm-hmm.
booking flights for us, $1,200 a piece. There's three more of us younger. And you got to understand, young Tor, my parents are young as
That's what I
hell,
mean.
40.
My dad just turned 50, but yeah, same range.
You're right. So my dad's young. My parents are young as hell. So we end up get going on a trip to Kenya for like 3 months. This is
3 months.
2018.
How you
Cause
able to take off for
I
3 months?
yeah, my dad has his own truck
Okay.
company,
Okay. Cause
so
I'm like,
it was
damn, I
not.
can barely. I wasn't
And
there
my
for like
mom
two
is a
weeks.
my
I'm like, fuck, I gotta get back to work.
right, but my parents were already established here. My dad's a veteran, so he has a pension from the U.S. Army, and my mom just started working Juicy. Like
So she just took
she
care of
never
you.
really worked like that. She just took care of us. She just took care of me for like 5 6 years until she got her nursing degree and ended up working. But every time she had a child, she would take like 2 3 years off, and there's four of us.
I mean, that's
So
yeah. She gangster for that. She said, nah, fuck that work shit.
right. But my dad was always a traditional man. No matter where he was, he understood that this is my wife, and if in order for me to have children, I need to make as much money as possible in order for her to provide for my kids.
That's facts.
You know. But my parents end up moving. My dad was stationed in Arlington, was doing his jig. He ends up coming to Minnesota because, as you know, Minnesota has a big Kisi population. My parents end up meeting at a thrift store, you know, Goodwill.
Getting some
My mom
clothes.
ends up, needing a ride home. Yeah, this is 2000. Where this is 2000 now. My mom was working at the Goodwill thrift store in the city of Minneapolis at the time. My dad and mom meet each other at this thrift store because my dad heard from an individual in the city that there's a Kisi lady working at the thrift
He's trying
store.
to see
So,
what's
my dad's
what's
balls
going
went
on
up.
over here.
Damn, like, I've never seen no. Yeah, my dad ends up meeting her at the store, ends up bringing her home, and, 6 months later, boom. And my mom was really scared just because getting pregnant so fast at 18 and not really knowing English at the time. Like, I'm telling you, my mom saw a vacuum and started screaming. These are
These kids are from the
Washamba
village.
people, bro. I'm telling Washamba. From the deep, 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 like Ogambo deep. If anybody knows where Ogambo is, bro, that place is
Just rural.
deep, deep, deep in Kisi, bro. Those are Kisi folks,
Just the
bro.
first. So the first time in the city,
We're like
they're
two
coming
hours
to.
from Masai Mara.
Well, that might have to go through Nairobi to get to the airport.
My mom's first time in Nairobi was going to the airport to come to the US.
Okay.
Yeah. I have my grandma right now doesn't speak fluent Swahili. She speaks I call it a mixture of Swahili and Kisi because she can't get the words right.
Yeah, they deep from the. Yeah, that's.
Because my grandma was born in
So my grandpa too.
1930s.
He was born in 37, 1937.
So he told me that the story of her was like she wasn't really wearing proper attire or proper clothes or didn't even know about SDA until the missionaries came.
Oh yeah,
Because
it's
this is 1930. So the British came in 1901, but the missionaries were coming slowly,
yeah.
slowly
This is
from the capital city going
most of them came from
onwards.
Mombasa.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay. So my
Yeah.
grandpa was born in 37. He's more
So
he's
you know,
more
I
articulate, well, a little bit, but he went through the British system, like the British school system. My grandpa,
who?
yeah, he was born in 37.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
So my grandparents were none of my grandparents on my mom or dad's side went to school. Yeah.
And how does that influence your life? Because I know my big thing, like in my family, the biggest thing was just go to school. You know why? Because my grandpa went to trade school. He worked for a news company. Then his youngest son has gone to university. His oldest son comes to America. He goes to
Hmm.
university. So everybody in my family is just being education, education, education. From my grandpa. How's
All right.
how's
Mm-hmm.
having like grandparents who didn't go to school affect your life now? Sorry, you okay. What I'm basically asking is, are your parents okay with, like, if you say I don't want to go to school, they'll be like, okay.
Oh, my parents
So
are
is
all
that
about
because their parents
education,
didn't
right?
go, or
But
just because
now
they
that
want
it's
you to go?
yep, right. But the problem was is
Hmm.
my dad's dad, my grandpa, he was an alcoholic. Like he was Pompe Sisu Poo, bro. We have like my village was known for having the best
Word.
changa in town.
They were getting lit.
So motherfuckers were drinking like crazy. My dad was the only one who was like could not condone the bullshit because he knew what it was doing to my dad, but to his dad. My dad was having infidelities with different women. After he had passed, we had women from different villages claiming that this were his children. Like it was just an up and down fanatic bullshit.
Hmm.
It was because of my grandma. My grandma was so
Hmm.
pissed off about the infidelities that my dad stepped in and was like, hey, I do not want my children or future wife to act like this. Let me step up and be the man I'm supposed to be. So he never drank alcohol. He was basically,
Hmm.
instead of black sheep, he was the goody two shoes of the family. So once he got that green card, he was like, damn, I'm finna step the fuck up and live my life. Fuck you mean.
uh,
So alcoholism has always been a problem in my family. I'm just grateful that my dad never was attached to that. And none of my siblings drink alcohol. I drink alcohol once in a blue moon, but I wouldn't consider myself an alcoholic. Like I don't fiend liquor like most
yeah,
people.
Kenyans do.
Unajua wa
Kenyans be
Kenya,
doing
bro.
that
They
shit
be
big
fiending.
time. Like, and I think that's the
Kenyans drink
biggest thing in
alcohol like it's
Nairobi. Everyone
water.
is just, yo, let's go get fucked up. Let's go get. I'm like, we just got fucked up yesterday. Can we not get fucked up today? It's like, no, no, no. Let's go drink. Let's go drink. Shot,
Yo,
shot.
that's
I'm
what
like,
I'm saying. But when you're in the US, it's different. You can't have that type of mentality because we're running on time. Kenyan people don't run on
yeah.
time,
So it was weird for me.
you know?
But yeah. So yeah, my family also
Right.
has drug problems. But yeah.
Oh,
Um.
really?
But then I realized the best way, because it might be genetic, but the best way to get ahead of it is learn. So I have this
Mm.
book called The Drug User's Bible, and I just started studying it. I'm like,
Mm.
oh, because I hear people talking about ecstasy, people talk about drugs. So I'm like, I hear about a drug. I just go to the book, I read. I'm like, so. This is the effects. This could be the side
Mm-hmm.
effects. So this is a guy that said he's tried all the drugs, so he just breaks down the whole experience of every drug he's taken. So yeah, so I just
Right.
decided it was like I'll try when I
Can
know
I tell
this is
you
what the
something?
effect is going to be. Then I'll just do whatever I want to do with that information. So that way, instead of just taking things like
Mine was
blindly,
right. See, like instead of me reading that book, I had to see it from my own
I'm
eyes.
not that kind of. I like calculated risk. I like taking risks. So
Not me necessarily trying it, but I lived in a drug filled environment growing up. I lived in a really small town full of white people who were obsessed with drugs.
gotcha. Okay,
I can't lie.
okay. But yeah,
Hmm.
I prefer to read before I know so I know exactly what I'm getting myself into. I'm like, okay, I understand this is what I need to do. This is what could happen, and I still want to go through with it. So
Hmm.
that's what I did. So anything I do,
Right.
I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what's gonna cause. I know whatever. Unless I'm spiked.
No, no, no. Yeah, right. My experience in American high school, oh my God, it was my first 2 years in American high school
Hmm.
because I did my junior year in Kenya and then I came back senior year. My high school was preppy, but I had a good time. Preppy as in we had our cliques. I don't know how your high school went because y'all are strict out here, but I'm talking about American high school. We were skipping school, we were smoking weed before class, people were making
I
out
went
by the
to because
lockers. Like
because
it
high
was
school in
crazy
Kenya were
shit.
separated, all girls, all boys. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, you were in boys school?
Drugs, those drugs. I never tried drugs in high school because
Mm-hmm. You were a
I was
goody
just
two shoe?
in a very strict environment. So I didn't want conflict.
Mm.
I'll just do what I'm supposed to do and get the fuck out of here.
Mm.
So after high school, outside the country. So I came to America. I
So
lived
I
so
had
I had to figure a lot of
I
shit
had
in America. Mhm.
right. So I had helicopter parents like during my middle school years. You know, I went to a private school here that was super strict. So I just feel like when you shelter your kid from the world, they're gonna blow the fuck up. And I blew the fuck
I
up.
don't know. Cause okay,
I
a
was
kid is
skipping
gonna skip
school.
school
Like high
anyway.
school was
I
such a
skipped school.
joke,
I was a
young
good kid,
Toro.
but I skipped school. Like I was in a boarding school, and we would just dip out
I
and come
skipped
back.
school. My best friend Cora at the time, rest in peace her. We were outside. We was outside. We were smoking after track practice. We were smoking in the morning. My mom used to take my phone. Like it was it was vibes. We were going to football games, getting high as fuck in the bleachers, just cheering everybody on. Like it was crazy. So, shout out to Cora, rest in peace. But that girl put me on to life. I was the only black girl in my grade for a really long time until I reached public school. Then there were some black people there, but that girl really introduced me to the world. And I really give her credit to that. And I'm gonna tear up a little bit because it's been like maybe 4 years since she's passed, but that shit really affected me in like a whole different way, bro. I don't know about you if you have that type of friend where you're talking to them 24/7 every day, you know they're finna text back. Like it took a long time for
Okay.
me to really come to terms that damn, you're dead. Like fuck. I can't call you. We can't smoke a
Life is
fucking
fragile.
blunt.
But yeah, it's yeah.
Life is really
It's a very
fragile, you
fragile.
know? But anyway, let's cut the sob story because if she was here right now, she would have slapped me for
So yeah,
crying.
American
So
high school versus Kenyan high school. How was your Kenyan high school experience?
my
Okay,
Kenyan
go
high
into
school
the.
experience
Uh
was
huh.
lit.
You said lit.
I didn't have the
Right.
actual Kenyan experience everybody had. My parents cared about me a lot and they knew if I was an 844, I would still be an 844 till this day. Dead ass. I would have never
Sacrificing
passed.
with love.
The way you guys take rulers and doing everything, all of that other bullshit. Then like I know in 8442 you have to write how how sex is, bro. Writing down like manually. I was used to multiple choice, so my mom was like, "Let's do IGCSE. Let's take it down a
Going through
notch."
the ring, man.
So I end up going into this British school. My first day, I started bawling my eyes out because
So
I
you're
didn't
not
have
a loner.
friends.
You like being around people.
I like being around people. Well, back then I did. Right now I don't give a fuck. Because if you're not
Mm,
paying my bills, I don't give a fuck
understood.
about you. But like, during those times, because like I'm not speaking Swahili, I only know English. So when I went to international school, I was so nervous my first day. The person who introduced me
Mm-hmm.
to this Kenyan lifestyle, his name was Mr. America, and we still talk to this day. Now, you're like, "Oh my god, why do you call him Mr. America?" Because this nigga loved that I was from the States. He literally knew every Tupac song. Unajua Outlaw from Twitter? He's just like Outlaw, just older.
Interesting.
So I used to give him like 500 shillings, 1,000 shillings to let me smoke my weed before I went to class. Like, he was a lit ass bus driver until he got fired like 2 months before I had graduated. It was ass,
Damn.
but.
So he'll put you on, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he put me on. Until this day,
Mr.
we
America.
still talk qua WhatsApp. My petties in Kenya, we still talk to this day. So you gotta understand, I went to international school in Nakuru. I went to a place called Mustard Seed. So Mustard Seed was 844 at the time on one side and IGCSE on one side. The 844 people did not fuck with us because tulikuwa na pesa.
You said you ain't no rich
I'm
bitch,
sorry,
huh?
but we
You
were.
ain't
We
no
were the
rich
rich
bitch.
bitches of the school. We
Okay.
were taking trips to Seranova.
So how
You
you
know
know Sarah
Seranova?
Nova?
Yes, bro. Our school ended up building us a swimming pool for the IGCSE side, so that was really cool. Like, our parents in IGCSE had so much money that we were able to do what we needed to do. I went to school with kids that like their parents were working in Samburu County as like political officials. Yeah. I had like two of them. Then I had one Somali. I only had six people in year 11. It was only six of us. And we're still close to this day. I can hit
So
them
this
up. I
is
got
in
one
America,
bitch who
right?
still
The
goes to
IGCSE.
Strathmore.
Damn.
No, this is in Kenya,
I
bro.
figured this is after you came back. You said you're 11. I was like, what?
So one of my girls, yeah, year 11 is like IGCSE. It goes up to year 11, and then you can take A levels, which is year 12, year 13.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So if you take year 12 and year 13, it's easier for you to get access to the universities. If you pass year 11 with no flying colors, you can still go to university. Year 12 and year 13 is for the people who fail year 11. So they can be able to pass and go to like universities, international universities. Like I had one girl who went to Australia, and then the other one went to Canada. And then I had a Somali guy in my class whose dad had a bitch in every continent except Antarctica. So he was married to all his bitches, all his wives were in every continent in the United States except, I mean, every continent
So
except
North America,
Antarctica,
South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia. Okay.
Australia. So he had bread. So I was going to school with people who had money. So I never, I can't lie. I had a good experience because, you know, everybody had a PS5. People had the same things I did. So I was able to relate to them. And some of them didn't like speaking Swahili. They like speaking English. So I was like, oh, damn, I could fit in.
Okay. So it's kind of your crowd. So you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah.
It was my crowd. We would have parties all the time at my crib. I stayed in a place called Milamani, so like I had watch guards at the door. Like we was outside.
I dig it because I just went to Kenya and I was thinking it's such a spot.
So the only time I had to humble myself was when I went to wash the
No
Kisi.
internet.
That's when I had to humble myself.
Is there electricity out there? They got electricity, right?
No internet. Hmm. Yeah, we got electric. Do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm just yeah. You
I
sound
was just
very.
asking because people be thinking that Kisis don't got electricity and shit. We had it.
Oh shit. Well, no, you said you were
We
super
had
deep,
it.
so I'm just double checking. Like, yeah. I mean, if it's deep enough, there's no electricity. But so at least y'all got electricity. I'm just so
Right,
PC. Just point
right,
of correction. This.
right. Kenyan Power, but Kenyan Power be doing people bogus, bro. What the fuck is going on with
You
Kenyan
need to go
Power,
live in
bro?
Kenya for several years so you can understand Kenya. Like Kenya is a concept. It's a very very funny concept. So you have to live in Kenya for at least 5 years and be like,
Mm.
what the fuck is this?
So, how do you feel about like okay, so as someone who, lives in a different country, um do you feel as someone who has like a child now, what type of Kenyan mentality are you, giving your is she exploring the culture? Are you speaking the language to her? What type of significant impact are you leaving on your child for someone who has Kenyan descent but hasn't been to on the
Yes,
continent?
at some
Do you
point.
think that's important?
Because I feel in life, everything,
Mm.
timing is everything. So
Right.
she can't even read in English. She can hear English, but my folks are not here. So she's just
Mm-hmm.
around her mom's folks. So that's all she hears. Because if it's just
Mm.
me speaking to her in
Right.
language, she would just be she wouldn't even concentrate on because it's just me. There's nobody else. So
Mm. And that's the
and that's why
problem.
I have a
At
plan.
least you
I want to get her
understand.
her books. Like I have Swahili books, like beginner books. So once she begins to read English, then I'll start teaching her how to read Swahili.
Mm. So, how do you feel? How would the baby mother feel if you decided to be like, "Hey, I want to spend
Ask.
1 year
She
in
said,
Kenya with my child," so she's
yeah,
able to.
yeah. She's like, yeah,
Oh, she doesn't have a problem with it.
because she knows, like,
That's
she
a good
knows my
thing.
daughter will be taken care of. Like, my daughter will be straight.
Oh, that's
That's the one
nice.
thing, like, yeah,
Right.
I don't have to
Right.
worry about that shit. So,
So one thing that like my grandma and my dad have been fighting about is the concept of keeping tradition alive, keeping culture and tradition alive. So with that aspect that I just told you, someone being a second generational immigrant, because you're first, I'm second, I'm not gonna be able to, well, my siblings, of course, aren't gonna be able to live on that culture and tradition. Just because they don't understand Kisi,
right,
they don't understand Swahili, and the Kenyan experience my mom gave them when they went back to Kenya was, I'm gonna leave you with your cousins while I go tend to my land and make sure that the guys who are building my house back home are straight. So my parents never were really interested in forcing us to learn the culture and tradition. So that's why I say to you that I find America as a form of modern day slavery where people are taken from their homeland and been brought to like a westernized country where they know if they bore their kids in a different in their homelands, they're not going to be able to get the same opportunities that they have in the states. So when you bore your kids into this foreign land, it's actually negative because not only are you not able to, not really necessarily able to, but you're not able to give your child that full cultural experience. And that's how people sometimes get confused about who they are and where they come from. For example, I was born in a white suburb. So I wasn't able to relate to motherfuckers because my hair is different. I talk different. I smell different. So not being able to look at someone that looks like me every day, especially if they're not my parents, it tends to be really hard because now you have to figure out who you really are as a person as you grow up. And sometimes it becomes really hard. I'm
I
telling
feel
you
that.
right now. It was hard as fuck
Yeah,
for
I
me.
feel that.
I really thought I was a white girl
I feel
for
that, and
a
and I'll
minute.
say this
Oh my mama.
because well,
Mhm.
I'll say most immigrants, they come to America, they come here because their family line has been stuck in one way, and they're like they
Mhm.
don't want to tell their kids that being in this country is hopeless. They don't want to tell you that. They just want to say, if you want more
Mhm.
opportunity and there's an opening for you to leave, leave. Why? Because I've been here for 30 years. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
because they're very
they
proudful
they're
of where they
proud of
come
it,
from.
but they know there's nothing there.
Mhm.
There's nothing. If you're not a politician, if
Mm.
you're not in a powerful family, there's
Mhm.
nothing for you there. And so
Mhm.
sometimes my dad told me like
Mhm.
when they sent me to America, they put me on a boat because they only gave me $100. They said they put me on a boat and told me to sail that way, and when I get there, use that boat as firewood to warm myself up because I'm not coming back. I said, you
Mm.
going and
I
it's funny
fuck with
because
that.
if they wanted me not to leave, they would have just paid for school. They'd say no, pay for the school here, but they're like no. You've
Mhm.
been here for 30 something years and there's nothing to show.
Mhm.
Go check what else is out there.
Okay, so tell me more about and I love that you said that because that is true. We live in a society, especially those who are looking for a better life, we tend to look for hope, not really
It's just
caring
survival.
about the
We're just
negative
looking for
sides of
survival.
moving to a different country. We only care about hope. Survival. Right. Now, my question to you is, we know that our elders are very knowledgeable. We do. Sometimes you have to do a Alzheimer's check once in a blue moon. But at the same time, I know my parents are smart as hell, smartest people I've ever known in my life. Now, the thing I feel that's different in the older generations is
Hmm.
they have an understanding of what's going on, but where's the action?
Right.
We understand that our politicians are booty clapping. Where's the action? We understand that our politicians are taking money from
That's what I'm saying.
westernizers,
Nyaboke.
pretending that it's for us,
Nyaboke. And that's what I
but
told
they
you. Hold
tend
on.
to use it for
That's
their
what I'm
own
saying.
family's needs.
I'm telling you, you
What
need
are
to
we
go to
doing?
Kenya and live there
Mm-hmm.
for 5 years for you to understand. Because I lived in Kenya since I was born until
Mm.
I finished high school. I
Mm-hmm.
finished high school, what, 17, 18? So I lived in Kenya for that period of time.
Right.
And up to
Mm-hmm.
now, I can't say that I'm out of touch with reality
Right.
because I remember how it was. And I just went back to Kenya and nothing has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling you, you have to live. That's what I'm saying. You
Mm-hmm.
have to live there.
No, nothing's.
Like and I see what you're seeing. Even when you're in Kenya, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
You you know how long I've been on Twitter?
No, you can.
This this young Twitter account. I just made that after the
No,
pandemic,
you've been
and I've
on for
been
a
on Twitter
long
since
time.
2011. These are things we've talked about them online,
Right. You've told
but we
me.
just can't produce them and out because you don't have any pull,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have any money, nobody's giving you any attention, so it's not gonna gain any traction.
Mm. Do you feel like sometimes our Kenyan people talk
Okay,
about issues that we shouldn't even really be talking about? Like it shouldn't be a concern? For example,
okay. Why should
men versus women,
why shouldn't
women
it be a
versus
concern?
men. I mean, it is a topic that we should talk
I
about,
agree
but
with you,
isn't there bigger
but you have to
fish to
understand
fry?
human beings are very tribal. In Kenya, no, we like cliques. We can't
Very.
survive on our own. We just like because we evolved in packs.
Mm-hmm.
Human beings never lived alone. We evolved in
Mm-hmm.
packs. So you want to be around the people you can
Yeah.
identify with. So if you're a
Right.
guy, anything guys versus girls, I'll be on the
Mm-hmm.
guy side. Why? Because this is my tribe. In Kenya, it's tribal. When you come here, it's racial. So human beings just
Right.
have a way to separate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Right. So that's why I said again, do you feel like sometimes we as Kenyan people, we tend to, like, again, I said, we tend to focus on issues that we know is a problem, but at the same time, we have bigger fish to fry.
mhm,
So
right,
as I lead on with this question, for example, when it comes to social issues, you've seen a lot on Twitter. We have groups of people who come on a platform, decide to booty clap and listen to a bunch of bullshit that, we already have. There's some kids in Kenya who aren't going to school. There's some kids in Kenya that aren't willing to read to or write. Why aren't we using this platform to gather that information and find ways to unite together and use that Pan African type of mentality and figure out what issues in our country right now that are we facing to make it a better place. But we tend to see on social media a lot that we're focused, especially Kenyans, focused on westernized
because
issues that
you can,
don't really matter
mhm,
in our country. Should they be talked about? Yes. Is it the most important
that's
thing
what I'm
to talk
saying.
about
I
right
think,
now? Fuck
yeah.
no.
For example,
For example, I
controversial.
know this is gonna be a little,
Hmm.
controversial. Um,
Hmm.
but for example, the LGBT community. This is a topic that I find a lot of us Kenyan people talking about day in and day out
Right.
about groups of people that just want to do their own thing. Why is it such a main topic and why isn't people able to express themselves and be able to do what they want? Because to be honest, young Toro, me and you both, we work hard, we work 9 to 5. Do we really care about a man getting dick
Nah,
down in
I'm
the
fine
ass
with
in the
getting fucked at
bedroom?
home.
Do you really give a fuck? Exactly. So I feel like a lot of Kenyan people
Mhm.
who have negative issues on how people want to live their lives, you're bored
Yeah,
at
we have so
home
much
because
time to
you
think
don't have a
about all
job.
that. Yeah, right.
You're too focused
But
on
I
what
was gonna
other
say,
people got going on.
yeah, that's the question. Why aren't we talking about the important things online? Because you have to think, why, for instance, why do you go online
To interact with people and have genuine conversations
about
about
most people
things
that
that
go
I'm
online? It's an
interested in.
escape. Hold on, it's an escape, right?
And to
They're
booty
too
clap.
tired of the reality. They
Mm-hmm.
want a virtual
Mm-hmm.
place, but that I can actually do whatever. So, and that's why I feel like they don't take that seriously because to them it's an
Mm-hmm.
escape.
Right.
Yeah, to them it's a, yeah. I'm just kidding.
Not you carrying the microphone.
But so going online is an escape, and a place where you it's an escape. So you can do whatever. You don't have to talk about anything important. Like you'll even find like most places, people just go there to be entertained. That's why chaos
Mm-hmm.
just thrives because it brings more listeners. It's more entertaining. So
Right.
it wasn't built for important things.
Right. Yeah, and you know what I mean? But like that's what I said. Like I feel like social media is
Yeah, they're
just
just
a
being
lot of
dumb now.
propaganda
It's
and
just
people being
they don't want
idle
to
and
keep
finding
thinking.
nothing to do. But
So you're dumbed down.
yeah.
Just spend your time on social media. Get
Right.
critical views.
Right.
Take them
Right.
down a little bit. Watch a little TikTok. Watch somebody dance. You'll feel happy. That's what it is. So yeah, social media. Nothing
Right.
good will ever come out of social media. We'll never elect a president from social media. It's not a good
Right.
place.
So no, and I agree with you 100%. I do think it's a place for
Then come back
people
to reality
to
and be like, all right, I gotta go back
get
to
a
work.
nut off, basically. Exactly. Exactly. So yes, it's hyper. Yes. Um So back to what I was saying. What's your take on
Yeah.
black liberation, black unity? Like, you know how I am.
Since I came to America, I came to a comfortable neighborhood, so I've just been worried about money. So I just landed like my uncle has was established, so he's
Oh
just
yeah.
nice area. It's like so this is all I know. I'm like I'm comfortable here. I'll learn how to thrive here. So I haven't been. I don't know. I've
Mhm.
been thinking. I might. I want to move to somewhere warmer
Mhm.
eventually. But
What's your perspective on the white
I
folk
really don't
around
know.
you? Have they
Honestly,
gave you problems? Have you been like?
and I don't know. I think the fact that they know that I
Mhm.
was born in Kenya, I don't know if that makes them relax a little bit. But because even when the cop pulls you over, they could tell
Oh.
how you speak.
You
So
think
I would imagine if it was like a friend who was born in America, they would been yeah they would been in trouble. Um,
it's different?
but yeah, so even when you're talking to people, like yeah, you talk different, but your English is good. I'm like, I learned English. Everything is in English, other than one subject in Swahili. Everything's in English. Math is in English. Everything's in English. Oh no 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 no! I didn't mean like that. I meant like what? Yeah. So
And I
I
feel
feel like
like that's
you
passive
know what?
aggressive
Some things I
racism.
understand because Americans are very unexposed. Most of them, most of them have never left the country. Most of them
Oh
have never
yeah,
gotten on a
yeah,
plane.
yeah. Most of them,
They
yeah.
don't care about the world. They just care about America.
Mhm.
So, and I get it. So
Mhm.
sometimes you just gotta have to give them a lesson. But
Right. Mhm. Right. Okay. So you're basically saying
I
that
think it's
sometimes it's not
ignorance,
really racism; it's curiosity.
just a lack of knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
See, I
ignorance.
catched you there. I
They
tried to
don't know.
trick
They
you,
don't care
but
to
you
know
answered correctly.
because there's
You
some
answered correctly.
Democrat Republic. That's all they know. And football,
Close-minded.
fucking deep fried chicken. Like
Hmm.
that's all they know. That's they don't even know about the Middle East. There's a war. All America,
Wait, is this white America or
all
black
America is
America?
numbed down.
Oh, okay,
Everybody.
okay.
They don't know about anything about geopolitics.
I
They don't know about anything about the world. If someone came with an accent, they wouldn't even know what that accent. If I read
no,
someone's
but
name,
no, and it's
I have an
because.
idea of where that name comes from.
Uh-huh.
But Americans are not like
Yeah,
that.
I know,
Americans don't
and
know
I'm the
anything.
same way too. So this is what my next question.
They don't know about the world. No.
About different places in the world, right? But this is what I said. I feel like the other reason why I feel like white supremacy does that to Americans only because they understand how significant Africa is. 54 countries. We have
That's right.
Congolese children slaves
Mhm.
right now building iPhones. Motherfuckers don't know that. And it's so crazy to me because when you have try to have this type of intellectual conversation with somebody who doesn't know
They just
shit,
don't know.
you can really see the ignorance. They just don't
Mhm.
know. So like I'm saying again, I feel like white supremacy, and white supremacy is not just white people, it's white and black people too. We
That's
got
facts.
booty clappers,
That's facts.
politicians in our country booty clapping for white supremacists.
Mhm.
So they're white supremacists to me too. But what I'm trying to say is these types of people, they make it a way so people don't understand how beautiful the continent is and what we can offer.
Yeah, I have
Because
that room.
Gaddafi tried to do
I
his
have that
whole
room. He's trying to unite
one
Africa.
one currency and all
Yeah,
that
because I.
bullshit. And America saw it coming.
But can we imagine? Can we
America saw it
imagine
coming
what a united Africa means? Though?
and was like, fuck no. A united Africa would be you like
You
you're
see,
not
it's not
even
that
using a
easy.
passport. All you need is your ID.
Because here's one thing that's very,
Mm.
very, very, very hard to. You have to have all these states. Some have Arabs, some have Nubians, some have. You have to have all of them. And there's one in the south. Like North Africa is mostly Arabs.
Why do we have to have the Arabs again? I'm confused. Okay, but then if we, but here's the thing too. Africa needs to be cut down on their
Just forget it.
immigration, bro. Come
We
on, bro.
have to have all these people, different creed, different everything, buy in on one thing. Because that's the only thing that unites
Hmm.
America. Just
Hmm.
the idea of America. They know there's racism. There's all this other bullshit, but there's one thing that unites them. What's the one thing that would unite Africa?
Hmm.
You have to have them at least buy in to one
Mm.
of your ideas.
But here, Tor, young Tor.
We don't even have a flag yet, but we need to buy everybody to buy into that one idea. In America, it's called freedom, right? So you'll do anything for America, even though you're oppressed.
Right.
You're willing to go to war for America. That's what the people. Mhm.
But here's the thing that this is the thing that makes me upset. So we as Africans,
Under what
we
cause?
can unite. The problem is I do feel like sometimes we don't really, we're not really. How can I put this? We're really not. What's the word I can say? I've just blanked my mind. Damn, I'm high as fuck. Listen, the thing that we
Okay,
don't
okay,
do,
that's what I'm
we
saying.
do not hold these politicians accountable. If we held these politicians accountable for their bullshit, let me finish. If we held them accountable for their bullshit, identify
What
these
is it gonna do?
motherfuckers,
These people.
like,
Hold on. No, 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 no,
this
no,
is
no.
what you do.
We
Once
know
you
who does what.
identify
We
them,
know the politicians that do anything, but as I'm saying, you have to live in Kenya to actually understand how Kenya works. In Kenya, like, let's say the public
no,
health
I know.
ministry, there's cartels even in the ministries.
Mm-hmm.
So there's even people in that ministry that are bigger than the government. Like they're established there. Like they can't get fired.
I know.
And you can't do anything. You know why? Because
And
they're
that
paying so
that
many
is the
people.
one that's making
Because
me mad.
everybody's corrupt.
So
Everybody has a price.
yeah.
Mhm.
But this is why I don't fuck with the religion aspect in Kenya. Bro, tell me why you reach Kenya, bro. The first thing you see is a church or liquor
I
store.
read
Like
about the
Kenya,
story.
like come on, young Toro.
People living in a
Mm-hmm.
cave. So all they know is the cave. A fire is lit, and I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's a lot they can't explain. That's all they know, right? Then one of the leaves, goes out into the light and sees something
Mm-hmm.
different, sees natural wonders, sees eclipses, and he
Mm-hmm.
comes back into the cave people and tells them, hey guys, out there, there's XYZ, there's all these things. They'll kill him. Because now you're telling people there's a better thing out there. Now you're a threat. So you're bringing new information here and it's threatening our people.
Mm.
You're a threat. We will neutralize you.
Oh, damn. I understand that. This is what I feel like we should do in Kenya first. We already know the politicians are booty clappers. That was a really good concept that you just gave me. But the thing is we do it slowly by slowly. First, we boycott the
No,
churches, which is gonna be hard.
the church is so
You don't think
deeply
it could happen?
religion is the only thing that keeps Kenya going. That hope,
And I know,
that
bro,
there's
but
a
like
little
I
hope
feel
they
like
get from
that's
the
the first
church.
step.
That's the only thing
Identifying
that keeps
the
them
booty
going
clappers.
day to day. So that's how bad the
Hmm.
situation is. They've made the common Kenyan so
Right,
poor. He's
right.
not able to think who they're gonna vote in. They just
Mm-hmm.
so they it's systematic. They made the system to be that you're so poor, you're struggling to just get day by
Mm-hmm.
day that you don't have time to think what this person's done, or you just go in there and vote for him.
So they utilize religion as a way
That's what
to
religion is. It's just
basically
opium for the
tell
masses.
this person there's hope, there's somebody
It's just
there,
opium
there's
for the masses.
Jesus coming. Right. How do you feel? Before 1901, do you really think, before the British came to Kenya, do you
Everybody
really
had their own
think
thinking.
that we as Kenyans were practicing these religions? Be honest.
Everybody had their own theory.
Exactly. Exactly. Because I talked to
Mhm.
my grandma, bro, and that's why I'm more spiritual than I am religious. Because a lot of these religious people don't put in the history work of their own people and get culturally fucked up and not understand that, hey, you being a Catholic, you're literally going to church celebrating a
It's
white man and you know Jesus was black. Like, come on.
he had nigga
Jesus had
hair.
nigga hair.
That boy had
Like
dreads.
me,
You
like
think that boy
you,
had
like,
dreads?
and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, nigga, as a black melanated person. He probably did. And like me going to a Catholic conservative school and with a white lady called
You say fuck
Mrs.
that.
Gleick, fuck that
What
bitch.
she do to you?
That's her name,
What
Mrs.
she do to
Gleick, my
you?
religion teacher.
What she do to you?
No, fuck that bitch. Cause every time I gave her this, huh? No, it's because she's no. This religion teacher was very all about Catholicism, but never was doing the research or history on melanated people. I would ask her weird questions like, how come the Pope isn't black? Or
Okay, hold
how
on.
come,
Let me say this. You're a
real
shit
life
stirrer, bro.
questions.
You like to stir up shit, don't you? Sometimes you know the answers to these things, but you're still gonna start some
What do
shit
you
up. It's like,
mean?
why isn't the Pope black? You know she ain't got.
But it's like these are questions I need. Why don't we have black cardinals? Why are they not being
That's what
up
I'm
for?
saying.
We've
That's what
had
I'm saying.
popes for
You're
how many
starting up some
years now,
shit.
and none of them are
That's what it is.
melanated. Jesus was melanated, and
What
you
did
be
she tell you?
celebrating him. Yeah, you know what she used to tell me? Don't read the Bible like a science book. Like, bitch, get the fuck out of my face, bro. Don't read the book like a science book. Don't read the Bible like a science book.
But
Like,
you have to
shut
understand,
up. Like,
it's
answer
been
these
given a
real life
script. They
questions,
have to read
bro.
from the script. So if it's not in the script, of course they're not gonna answer it.
And that's when I feel like Gen Z are the only people to hold these older people accountable for their bullshit. We're the only generation who can do it. Millennials, they don't give a fuck. They already know the bullshit. They're tired of
But
repeating
what's the
it.
obsession with Gen
Gen
Z
Z
trying
is
to
the
hold
only
people? Like,
people who can hold these
what is
people
that obsession?
accountable. I keep
Do you
telling,
get a satisfaction by you saying, "Hey, I held this person accountable,"
it's
and it's
not an
like they
obsession, it's the
just
truth.
get off on that?
No, because some people need to get checked. We need to clock it. Clock it. You can't tell me, young Tora, you'll sit in a room and have people
I'm gonna
talk a
leave.
bunch of
I'm gonna
bullshit
leave.
and you'll just sit there and keep quiet, bro. Like, what? But that's
That's
what
what.
I'm saying. Like,
That's
it
what.
takes a
Where are you
fighter,
getting
bro.
this
It
motivation
takes
from?
someone with muscle, bro, to
Like,
be able to.
Nyaboke, like, hold on. Well, no, okay, no, I'm saying, but that's what I'm
No, I'm
saying.
not fighting.
Life
I'm
is
just
already
letting
so
y'all
hard
know
enough.
I'm clocking
Why
it.
do you? Why are you adding this burden onto you? Like, why just don't let it go?
Mm. So why do
You're
we
not getting my
always
point.
make excuses for the
No, I'm
bullshit?
not making excuses. I'm just saying
Why
your
do we
life is
always
not
make
easy. You have a
excuses
full
for the
time job.
bullshit?
What do you? Okay, what goes through your mind during the day?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I have a job, so when I'm at work, I'm thinking, how am I gonna get
What do
this
you
done? How
mean,
am I gonna
like?
achieve this? How am I gonna? Then I'm off work.
Mm-hmm.
I have people that I love. I think, oh, are they okay?
Well, work. I'm not thinking like I'm thinking now, but after work is when I do the research.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Cause
But
at work, I'm
why?
corporate mode. Hey
Why?
guys,
Why are you doing the
how are you? How's
research?
your day? How's your morning? Be- Because listen, young Toro, I don't want to be my parents and have to figure out this shit later in life. I need my kids to understand the concept of what is going on in the world right now and what not to believe. To be a good mom or a good father in this world, you got to be truthful to your children. And my
Okay,
parents were never
okay,
truthful.
Nyaboke,
It
hold
was
on.
over, it was glazed like a
Let me
donut.
point out something.
Glazed.
don't always love people to say the truth. If you say the
Mm-hmm.
truth, people are not going to like you. People like bullshit, and that's why I've even had me being a nice guy has ruined
Oh, I
most of
don't.
my relationships. Why not? What's wrong with being a nice
Yeah,
guy?
but you can't be a nice guy all the time, bro. Because you gotta clock shit. I'm telling you, my man, I want you to be able to be nice when you're supposed to. But if you see the bullshit, identify it and call it out. That's being a real nigga. On my mama. RN in this bitch. That's what RN stands for. So that's me. I'm sorry. I'm a realistic motherfucker. I don't want nobody. And the way I'm talking right now, nobody knows that I be talking like that. Like my friends, like we kaka key, we talk about deep shit, but I don't really clock them like I'm
Why don't you do
supposed to
that?
clock them. You know? Because I feel
Not
like
some.
sometimes people don't want to hear
No,
it.
no.
You're right. Some people don't want to hear
I like it
the
here.
truth.
I'm like, hey, yeah, lay into me. What you think?
Oh, you
Let
don't,
me know.
I always want to hear
But
the
people
truth.
don't
What?
like,
If I'm ugly, if I
because I'll
stink?
let them know. But people don't like to hear it. People want to be told, oh, you're doing a good job. You're...
Right. Right. So, can we okay,
See if
let's
I can.
dive something else, bro. Fuck the truth,
What?
bro.
What you trying to do?
What's your relationship status now? I'm curious.
No, what you trying to do?
No, I'm like I want to hear like how's your relation? You have
What?
a huh? What
What?
am I trying to
What?
do? No, I'm trying to hear more about
No, I'm
you
just
being a
asking.
single father, being single. Like, are you single or
Yeah, I just gotta know who's
oh?
asking.
So it's all about who's asking. No, I mean, if that's the
No,
type
what
of
you mean?
mentality you have, I mean, I can't say anything. I can't ask you anything else.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying you're like it depends who's asking. So I'm asking you like what's your relationship status? How are you able to incorporate your child with your new
Yeah.
relationships? Like how's that been? Do you tell the person you
I
have a
say
child
everything.
right
Tell
away?
them this is where
Like
I'm at.
how's it
This is
been
what
for
I do.
you? Mm.
No,
Cause
that's fine. I
most
mean,
niggas they just be
you have a
sliding it
father.
in like
If you,
gently.
yeah,
They don't go right at
just
it
lay
at
it out.
first.
So just so you know, from the jump. So if you're able to, cool. If not,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
because
Oh,
that's
so
one
you
thing you
say
can't hide.
before.
You can't hide kids.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. That's good. That's good. I feel like someone who's in their early 20s, dating for me has been a roller coaster.
Let's dig deep.
Do I have to get deep? I have to.
I'm saying
So
let's
my
dig deep.
problem is, huh?
Okay.
I
Because
think this
like I
is
said, with the
deep.
fascination,
This
it
is
gets
gonna
kind of
be
crazy.
deep.
Nobody's chasing the bag no
So
more. Everybody's just chasing love, contentment.
what?
Gen Z just want to be comfortable.
No, I just want to talk about different topics. I'm still Gen Z knows how to chase a bag.
Okay.
Gen Z
That's
doesn't
what I'm
believe
saying.
in
What's the
9 to 5.
fascination with the Gen Z
Y'all
with
do.
love? No, no, no.
Gen Z
What's the
doesn't believe
fascination
in
with love?
love. We're more logical.
Because y'all not trying to be single. Ah,
I'm not seeking love. Love comes to me. I don't know about other people, but like for me, I'm a logical person. I think logically first. I think emotionally, then I think logically because I know what my emotions can do. I'll fuck somebody up.
mhm.
So, like I said, like dating for me has been a roller coaster. Obviously, I'm a pretty ass woman. Thank you. Can you do the clapping
Okay,
thing? Do you have the
thanks.
clapping thing that
No,
happens when
no.
you like say something that's important?
Clapping. Let's see.
Okay, let me say it again so people hear. God, you ruined the moment. Yeah, cause I'm that bitch, nigga. I'm that bitch.
But
Okay, thank you for doing that.
Hmm.
Oh, you should. But as I was saying, back to what I was saying, I'm a pretty
So
female.
if
I'm
you
sorry,
put
I
yourself
am.
on a
I'm very
scale,
confident about what
zero
I
to
look
ten,
like.
what
I
what would
can
you rate
look
yourself?
bust up, beat up.
Word.
I'm a
Period.
12.
Okay. Oh, okay. What can
No,
you
I
pull?
just know what I can pull, you know?
Oh,
I'm just confident that way.
oh.
Only
Just how
because
many wababas?
I
I was
can
gonna say,
pull wababas, I
can
can
you share some
pull
of that mic?
you name it. No, I'm just kidding. what I pull is what I
Mhm.
pull is men who I can't even say that. Pretend I didn't say that, bro. Um I can pull people that know that I'm a strong female at the end of the day
Sister
and I'm
Joyce.
independent. So when it comes to me, you really have to put in the work. Yes, Joyce is always your first choice.
You got niggas spin the
So,
block, huh?
like I said, that's why I got niggas spinning the
Okay.
block. What?
Okay.
I got niggas spinning the block, bro. What? Because they realize that, damn, this girl, even though she does say controversial things, she was not lying. So, my experience right now with dating is I'm at this point in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I know who my person
Who's your
is.
who's your person?
I really know who my person is. Well, I did at the time. I
Right.
don't want to, I'm not going to
So you knew
expose
who your
him.
person
I
was.
can't really do that. I'm not that type of person. But what I'm trying to say is,
Mm-hmm.
I knew, okay, how can I put this in explanation?
Mm-hmm.
I know who my person is, but out of my own sanity and where we are at in
How
life,
long
because
were
we're
you
both
involved with
young,
this person?
I have to move on.
Okay.
I've known this
So
person for like
would you like
2.5 years.
them to be with you?
Oh my God, I would love for them to be my person. I
Mm-hmm.
really hoped and wished that in the day. But figuring how this person works mentally, I have to become selfish and focus on myself. Because then again, the
I mean,
mindset of
the
a
frontal
man
lobe
doesn't
development.
develop until they're the age of 25
Mm-hmm.
scientifically. So, yeah, it's not fully developed. So, where
So
I'm
what
at
point is he
and
at?
where I want to be
Right.
relationship wise, he's not at that point. He still wants to fuck, duck,
Okay.
shuck, and muck, duck, shuck, duck. That's what he want to do. So I'm gonna let him have it, you know. But the
Yeah,
reason
that
why
makes
we
sense.
never worked out was because of long distance.
Mm-hmm.
No, we didn't live in the same state,
Mm-hmm.
but we had been talking prior. Now, this is where it gets a little bit messy. So I was
Mm-hmm.
going from 2022, from 2021 till now, like 2023, I was going through a lot of bullshit, like mentally, figuring out what I wanted to do in life, going through college. My parents were on my ass. My best friend had passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Da 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 da. So I was going through stuff mentally. So he was kind of my escape into finding something positive, you know? He was always there. Like we talked about very deep conversations. It took me at least 4 or 5 months to be actually intimate. And I always tell people all the time, when you meet somebody and you really like them chemistry wise, it's okay to wait. Sexual discipline is key into being in a relationship, especially when you're early on.
Listen,
Sexual discipline is key. Because once you, and you might make
I mean
that
that's
face,
true.
young
I
Toro,
agree with that.
but I'm being
I agree with
honest.
that.
Sex
But
hits
still,
different when you really get to
I want to
know each
see.
other
I
on
still
a
want to
different level.
see what we got going on here.
Mm-hmm.
What he kicked.
But the thing
So
was,
y'all
the reason
couldn't
why we
go and
were
see each
never
other.
intimate is because he lived in a different state. It wasn't until he came. I mean, that was the thing with
Oh,
me,
you were
though.
double dipping,
I
huh?
was still talking to other niggas at the time because I didn't know if this was real.
So would you be okay if a nigga
I
did
was
that?
double dipping. Like, because
How do you care if
I'm in my
somebody else wants?
20s, I'm still dating. Huh? Huh?
Ah, so
I
what's the
mean, I
stop
didn't
with
have a
that?
problem with him doing that because you were not my nigga. We were never in a relationship. Yeah, we were just talking and vibing. Like we established a friendship first with flirting, a little bit of flirting there. That we established a friendship first because we had topics that we were interested in. This is where it went wrong. So
So that's
he
this year, last
decided to
year.
come to Minnesota, like the weekend of like my birthday. Da, da. I decided to be on. This was
You
2022.
say,
This is when I decided to be on my whole shit, and I was talking to another individual at the time. So I had posted when I was super lit of me like in a nigga's arms, and then that was the week he was supposed to take me out on a date, and I hit him up multiple times after I came back, and like, yeah, he basically texted me and hit me up and was like, I'm not finna like take you out on a date and all this bullshit if you just got your, guts taken out by a nigga like 2 days ago. So he never ended up seeing me that October. So 2 months later, it wasn't until December. No, not December. New Year's, we actually met up with each other and hit each other up. And then, young Toro, when I tell you I've never been dick down like that in my life,
mm,
on my mama. On my mama. Have you
so
ever
you
seen
would
a
pull my
dick
shit
that
out?
curves? Nah, cause you don't got it, nigga. Ah!
Sounds like you're daring me right now.
No,
I said you ain't got it. Shit, I got my shit on me every time.
no, but like that was my first time experiencing like an actual orgasm. Like I was
Through
obsessed.
technique.
Like
That's called
it was
technique.
just the way he like it
You gotta
wasn't
go with.
just dick. It was this like the chemistry. Like
Well, yeah, but I'm saying
it was
sex.
more
Sex
than
is
just
also
sex,
technique.
bro. It
It's how
was
you treat it.
literally our compatibility. And literally I was obsessed. Now,
Uh-huh.
no, it's how you do it. So this is where shit went left. So after I got dick down, he ends up going to Arizona and doesn't hit me up for literally months. Like when I tell you, Young Toro, I was so
What?
depressed.
So you didn't hit him up. He didn't hit you up.
I was so fucking depressed. No, I hit him up
Right.
after we fucked. Like, oh, did you arrive safe in Arizona? There. I mean, where he lived at the time. It wasn't Arizona,
So y'all still
but
talk?
at the time, where he lived.
Y'all still talk?
So, he didn't hit me up for months, huh? Anyway, listen to the story. Kumbe, listen.
Mm.
After he stopped ignoring me, I figure out this nigga has a girlfriend because I'm always on social media. That I'm looking up.
So you mean
I
he
see this nigga
downgraded?
cuffed with a bitch who's not even on my
He
level.
downgraded
When
or
I
what?
told you I started crying, I cried for like almost 2 weeks, bro. I was so depressed.
Right.
Huh? He downgraded. Cause I'm that bitch. Nigga, if you're in my ear calling me mommy and shit, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you're making
Who do
faces
you
and
think is
moaning to
better,
my
your
pussy,
friend?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but okay.
This is
So
not
this is the
fake.
one thing I want. Okay, let me start asking you questions.
If you're drinking my
Let's
liquids,
say you
bro,
be
I'm
posting
sorry.
niggas in your
No.
DMs. Why'd you do that? Because did you
Mhm.
think when you do that you're scaring off people who are maybe interested in you
Mhm.
but afraid you might.
No, the
But did you
time that I
think?
was exposing DMs was for niggas who were talking shit on the app.
Okay, okay, but I'm saying,
There was a
did you
reason
think
behind
maybe
exposing niggas on the DM.
even
It
if I
wasn't just
do
because I was exposing
something,
niggas in the
would
DM.
you interpret it like I was taking shots at you, and then you start exposing me, even though it was just a tweet. It wasn't aimed at
Mhm.
you. Did you think maybe sometimes you're kind of scaring? people who actually would have been good with you. So you
Hmm.
even they never even message you.
I mean, most of the niggas who hit my, well, okay, I understand that aspect, but the exposing the DMs from my end, young Toro, I agree with you 100%. I would be scaring the hoes away, but in my defense, when it
Who's
came
it
to
starting?
exposing niggas in the DMs, you know how that shit was started. It was because niggas on the app were
Right.
talking shit in spaces for no apparent reason, calling me a nigger bitch and all this weird shit. And I was like, I'm not finna have that. Look at this DM you sent me a year ago, trying to eat this pussy up, and down like it's Omena. And now you want a booty clap for niggas on the spaces
So
thinking I'm
so
an
what are
ugly
you
bitch,
saying?
but
Your
you were in the
DMs are safe.
DMs. That's why I was exposing DMs. I always have a reason why I expose people.
Mm, okay.
My DMs are safe if
But
you're not going on the
if
app
you want
and
to talk
going on
shit,
spaces talking
nobody's
shit
safe.
about me.
Hmm.
That's when you're safe. If you're actually a genuine person who wants to be in my DMs, okay. I understand that I won't expose you. But when you sit on a platform full of niggas who get their nut off in my pictures for no goddamn apparent, who akana mujulu
So
ben
you start letting
kidogo
niggas slide.
analamba that shit like nobody's business, bro. That's when I have a problem, bro.
Hmm.
Exactly. So when it came
Oh,
to,
so you're in a talking state. So
this person that
nobody.
I'm
Okay.
talking to,
So even
he
if people
doesn't know what
slide in
I'd
your
be doing
DMs,
on
you don't
Twitter.
give a
He
fuck.
really doesn't. It's only on Instagram.
So even if people slide in your DMs, so they should just know you're talking to somebody, right?
Mm-hmm. Wait, say that again? No, I'm still single. It's just like, don't be surprised if like I tell you like I'm sorry, but like he kind of has. But, okay, that's why I said our relationship is very complicated because like I'm sorry, like I've known him for so long, like I just know who he is as a person.
Like the person though, or what is
I'm
this?
still at a stage in my life where I'm like, okay, I really need to let this go. I really do. But it's so hard because it's like, bro, like he just knows everything about me. I can't, I like I don't like the problem
Nobody
with me is
does.
I don't
We
like
always want to
starting
stick like
over.
where we're comfortable
Bro,
at
you know when you
for
break up with
anybody.
a bitch, bro, and you have to start from square one, bro? Yeah, I'm too familiar. And so right now I'm in my era where I'm creating a boundary and letting him know
Should
like,
proceed
hey,
anyways.
the dick is fire, but like if I don't see us excelling, there's no reason for me to entertain this. So we established that hey, we long distance isn't gonna work. You already know what's up.
Okay.
When you're in my city, you're my bitch.
Okay. Okay.
When I'm in your city, you're my nigga.
Hmm.
Out of respect for me, since I'm
So you don't
still
believe in
single
long
and I'm
distance
still
relationship,
looking for a healthy relationship, that's something that I had to cut off.
but
Huh? I don't believe. Okay, I do believe in long distance relationships,
so what do you think the
but
biggest problem
it
is?
does take a certain individual who's willing to ride with you on that. The biggest problem was he's had past experiences, he has trust issues that he still needs to override, deal with in order for him to be able to take on that relationship type of aspect. The last relationship he was in, I do feel like he was bored. I mean, he tried to find a doppelganger, but it wasn't working because are you still fucking that pussy? Fuck no.
So when people
So
say
he
like, what
had
did
to
he tell
spin
you?
the block because he understood what type of real bitch he lost. When people spin the block, like,
Mhm.
This person
What
too,
kind of energy do they
it's
have?
really funny because the way I be talking and the way I get frustrated with people, I can't give him that energy because I know he'll beat my ass. And that, like, not physically abuse me, but I know that if we fuck right now, I won't be able to walk. Yeah. So with him, he doesn't like my over the top feminist type of nigga shut the fuck up energy. He'll actually be my ass type shit. And not in a very physical, not physically, but like
It's
I
like
know
shaking
that if
finger,
we fuck right now, my
shaking.
legs will be shaking and I might have to go to the hospital. He's just like he just satisfies me in a way where he makes me shut the fuck up. Like that's his way of like not necessarily calming me down, but making me sure that like he's that nigga, like don't disrespect him again or he'll fuck me again and make me shut up. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the sexual tension between us
Okay.
was so heavy. Was so nobody think that I'm talking to this nigga like ugh. It was. But our sexual tension is so insane. Like I really
So
like if he told me
back then,
like
back
stand in
then,
front of a highway and get hit by a car, I would have got hit by a car. That's how
so
like
now if he
obsessed I
told
was
you,
with
if
him.
anything, you would catch a flight, pull up, you know?
But now no.
Hmm. You
Huh?
sure? You sure?
If he told me to catch a flight right now, I wouldn't.
You
Huh?
wouldn't?
No, I wouldn't. I can't because I know myself. I know where it will lead up to. And since
But
he is
that's a bad
more, since
relationship.
he thinks
That's not a good
logically and
thing.
I think emotionally,
It's usually a balance of
it
both.
sucks.
Because if you're both one thing,
Right. Mm-hmm. But he's not emotional. I mean, he is, but like, okay, how can I say? He's emotional in the bedroom. That means that I know that he's bottling all this emotion inside, and I know I'm gonna be dick down like a motherfucker. Come on, young Toro. Whenever you were with your last girl, bro, and she was emotional, she was depressed, y'all were getting into it, y'all were
but never
fighting.
for me though. For
You
her, it
know,
might have
sex
been.
hits 10 times
I
different
don't
than
like
if you
conflict.
guys were healthy. What?
I don't know. You're very what do you call it?
I don't like conflict either.
Confrontational. Yeah. Yeah. You don't sit back. You let you let niggas know.
Me? Oh, yeah, I'm very confrontational. He doesn't like that either, but like, he knows how to handle it because I know I'm gonna be having to get, like,
But yeah.
have to arch my back because I know I'm finna get my back blown out.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Starting to hit.
Yo, I'm fucking crazy, bro. But no, I had to end that. I had to end it because I was like, damn, like the way like he would text me some weird shit and he's like, you know, this dick owns you, like da da da.
The lube
Like
is the solution.
I knew, like once he texted me that, I
Lution is
knew
the
that I was
solution.
delusional. And I was
The
so
illusion is the
delusional to
solution.
the point where like I had to tell him, bro, we gotta stop, bro. I know myself. No, I know myself now. I like being in my 20s has been amazing. Right now, I'm able to identify what I really need and what I really want. I'm able to like
Right.
understand what's toxic and what's healthy for me. And now, the only problem I have
So
now is being able to be firm on my boundaries. That's what I'm practicing on. Being able to say no. Like,
I feel that.
you can't spin the block. This is no return exchange type of bullshit. You feel me? So that's what right now I'm learning in my 20s. Able
What
to
are you doing
establish strong
in your friendship
boundaries and
with
able to be say that, like, to say no.
boundaries? So between your friends and your friends and family, which group pushes your boundary
Say that again.
so much? They be pushing it, huh?
Mm-hmm. My family. Because being born and raised in the States, bro, I had to really, it took me some time to understand the African man mindset from my father. Even though my dad has been in my life all my life, we've had altercations where, he doesn't understand me and he places
He never
tradition and
explains it.
culture into my head. And I'm not able to understand that because I never grew up in that type of aspect. But even if he explains it, how am I going to understand it when I go to school with a bunch of white girls who can call their dad bitch?
That's facts.
I hate you, dad.
That is facts.
As a kid, you're a product of your own environment.
Why?
So, me and my dad had a real struggle understanding each other, bro. Like, because I was a rebel. I
Gee,
I was always questioning shit. I was never listening. I don't I've always done my own thing. You know? And my dad was a rebel too. Remember what I told you from the beginning? My dad was in a group full of alcoholics, so he decided to be different than anybody else. I'm the same way. I'm the olive branch. So, you know, opposite, no, when it comes to the sames don't attract. They don't. People will tell you they do, they really don't. And so with him, we were not seeing eye to eye. Like, we were getting into it. Like, there was a couple times the police had to like spread us apart. Like, I had some times with my father. But now that I'm older, I'm like, damn, like, he wasn't really lying. Like, damn, like, fuck. Like, now I'm like in my 20s, I'm like, dad, like, I'm sorry for the bullshit, bro, but you were right. So right now, like, my mentality, my dating, my relationships with other men has been so fucked up because I'm not really putting in the work my father told me because I was always rebelling. And my dad was a tough love type of individual. I don't know. I don't know what real love is still to this day. I lived in a tough love type of environment. I don't know all about this PDA
I
bullshit
mean,
that the
I'm
white
almost
folk
out.
do. I really don't.
I'm
You
almost
feel
finished.
me? Nigga, take another shot.
Nah, I didn't finish my lunch. I need to finish my
I
lunch. I
see
didn't want to eat
that.
on the
Like,
podcast.
you're closing your
I got
eyes
five
and shit.
guys.
Like, you can't handle your liquor,
Free the guys. And I came from a smoking sesh.
bro? Oh,
It's
what
high as fuck
what
driving with
you
five
eat?
guys. Got a ham
Oh, that
cheeseburger
shit
and
fire.
fries and milkshake. Wow. Just make a decent money. I make at least.
You got Five Guys money? You got money. That place
Guys know their
expensive.
fries. That shit is fire.
It's like the Gucci version
Fuck
of
it.
like Arby's or some shit.
Like a lot of cashew nuts, peanuts.
Yeah. Do you like the peanuts too? You like nuts?
Yeah, I got my own five guys in there. I'm gonna heat it up.
Oh, so you like different types of nuts.
You
Oh, you
not
like
like
different types of nuts?
um,
Or
cashews, peanuts, just anything with protein. Yeah, because I don't
me
eat
too.
meat. So
What you mean?
I,
Oh, that's what you were talking about?
yeah, I think I got a piece
Mm.
on me, but
Would you ever be a porn star?
it depends. I think it really depends on where I want to
Really?
take my life. Because if I'm an athlete,
Would you put a
I'll probably fuck
mask?
up my endorsements. Huh? Nah,
Mm.
trying to finish up some. Yeah, but yeah, man.
Wait, are you married
You know what
still?
I'm
Or
saying? So
are you married still? Or. Oh, okay.
yeah,
So you're single right now. Oh, okay.
why?
But are you in an established, healthy relationship?
I'm hoping it does. Yeah.
Yikes. Do you think that's
I
gonna
don't even
work
have
out?
time. I
Like,
don't have time at work to take care of
okay. Do you see, like, because long distance, like,
this.
when do you feel like you're gonna go back to Kenya? That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
Mm. Mm. So you're seeing someone, that means you're not in a relationship.
I don't know
Oh,
why you keep
oh,
pressing.
that's
I don't know why you
new.
keep pressing about this issue. What do
Because
you
before
want,
you said
though?
it depends who's asking. So I'm like, damn,
I'm not out. I'm not cutting
I'm
you
kind
off.
of
We can usually
confused.
do one takes.
No, I'm not pressing. And if you cut this audio out, I'm
See,
gonna be
no, no, no,
pissed
no,
as fuck.
no, no, no,
Okay, I hope
no.
you don't because,
All I'm saying
whew,
is,
Jesus. Because you were saying two different things.
wait,
I
you
don't know if
asked me
it's
for
the
two
liquor
different stuff.
now.
Like I'm one.
The liquor has
Wait,
now
hold
made
on.
you come back to life. So,
Why, why you asking? Uh huh. Okay. Sure.
hmm,
Sure. But yeah, Nico.
you know, I'm curious. You know, I'm
Nico na
nosy.
mtu.
Call me the Kenyeji Wendy Williams.
Niko na mtu. Niko na mtu. Na tunapendana.
Anyway.
Ni challenge. It's
Mm. So
mm-hmm.
how's that been for you? Like, I mean, you're gonna have to
Easy.
beat your meat. Are you able to be
Very
loyal
much easy.
in, like, you know, the States? I mean, does she mind you, skedaddly doodling the little.
She don't need to know all that.
Mhm. Does your baby mother know that you're in a relationship?
She has her own life.
Oh no? She doesn't? Oh yeah,
I don't
right.
think
But
she
if you were
knows.
to introduce
She
your
doesn't care.
daughter to your significant other, I do feel like your baby mother
That's
should know.
that's
That's
an issue.
important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Young Tor, if you were my baby father and we had a child
Right.
and you wanted to be in a
I agree
relationship,
with you.
I deserve to know because
But I'm
I
telling
know
you,
my kid is
that's
gonna come to your home
just that's the
someday or
situation.
some form. I
Some of
do
us have
find
to
that
deal with.
very important. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not there where.
Oh yeah. So basically what you're saying is you're not there yet.
Well, they're in
You're
Kenya.
not!
I
You're not, like, in that process of introducing your child to
no,
your
it is,
significant other yet.
but it is. But what? Someone introducing me to my
Right. I
father?
mean, I'm talking face if it was that, important relationship, if it's that
That's what I'm
healthy.
saying,
Right.
and that's what I'm saying. Right now, I hope so.
I mean, it's different when you do a face to face interaction. I mean, that's
It
a very
is.
important part
Yeah.
of your life. So it should be in the works, right?
Wow.
Okay.
This shit is cold. I don't like cold food.
Just making sure, I gotta make sure all my niggas are straight on the gang.
Okay.
But anyway, like I said again, so when it came to that relationship, that is something I had to understand. Like, damn, like, we really I cannot do this toxicity no
How
more.
do you take it?
I'm on a healthy type of journey. I'm working 9 to 5. I don't need no more stress. So I established being friends. Huh?
And you gonna let him hit.
Well, he understood where I was coming from. I mean, what was he gonna do? I know he's gonna spin the block again. I mean, it's me.
So you'll still let him hit, but you're not gonna settle down.
Until he's ready to actually be serious and stop fucking with these hoes.
Uh huh. Okay.
For right now,
So do y'all?
I would not let him
No, but
hit.
like, so how does it work? Do women just like someone when someone spins the block again? Do you just let them
No,
hit
dead
with
ass
their
though.
conditions?
Yeah.
So right now you won't.
What at the time when I was with this individual, I would let him hit. I would have let him hit. Yeah. But it wasn't
So you
like
just
it
talking
was
about
always
titties.
like, oh, like let's hang out, let's smoke,
Just you're
we
just
get
talking about
high,
titties.
we end
Titties
up
come out.
talking about our
You just pull
past,
back.
and boom, my titties are out. Well, the last time that we had intercourse, I decided to like go into the vehicle with a sweatshirt on and some boots. So he already knew what time I was
Did you
on.
still
I
have
mean, my
car
legs were
sex?
showing. I was wearing a long ass
So you
sweatshirt.
still
It's
have
also
car
the
sex?
winter, so like
There's
my
people who have
nipples
car
were
sex in
out.
the
So
car.
he definitely understood what time I was on. Not no chit chat, nothing. Huh? Okay, the reason why we had car sex is because I was at my mama's house during the time. This is
So you
like
can't
during Christmas time. No, not Christmas time.
because
This
you
was
can
during a
fuck
time when I was
whenever
visiting
you
my
want.
mom for like it was like my parents' anniversary. Everybody was there. I mean, he could have, but we live like an
Where did
hour
he
from
go?
each other. And at the same time, I was really like I was so I had not had dick in a minute. I had not had dick in a minute. I did not care where we were. And I hadn't seen him in like 7 plus months. So I was like, bro.
Because
And
I'm
he
trying to
lives
get.
in a different state. So
So
he
you were
had brought
both
his
like
mom's
going
car,
somewhere
and
like
his
on
mom's
the
car is a van. So, we took that little cedar, we made it look like it was some. And
well, no,
I
I'm
didn't
saying
want to. No,
oh,
I'm only
you
freaky like that is
want to.
because I'm tiny. I'm only 5 feet. I'm not even up to your young Tora. I'm not even up to your shoulder. Yeah.
Huh? You can get folded
So
up, huh?
like I'm so tiny that he
I
was
thought you were
like,
6 feet.
and I'm flexible. So I was doing, nigga, bring me to a fucking circus. Fuck it.
Word.
I'm a contortionist in a car, bro. Fuck. Yes. That's another reason why that nigga was so obsessed with me, bro. He knew that I was tiny. And like my boobs were not proportionate to my body.
Whoa.
So it was like, damn, this nigga was going dumb stupid. This was back in the days though.
So you're into fuckboys, huh?
But that was like my man, that's my
What
man,
does
that's
that
not my
mean,
man
man?
type
That's
of
my man.
bullshit. He wasn't a fuck boy. He has standards. That's a
Are you
pretty boy,
saying that
but he
you're
had
jealous that you had
standards.
a
Don't
better
get me wrong.
opponent, or
It
you're
was
just
just
saying
the
that?
bitches he fucked with were not on my level. No, the bitch was not on my level. I knew it wasn't
Oh, that's
gonna
why Josh is
last
the first choice for
because
you,
he
huh?
spun the block again. The only thing I told him was, I don't know what you think this was, but I'm never gonna be your second option. So like, if you want to be in a relate, huh? I was always his first choice. The problem was is that we lived in different states. So I told him, hey, if you want to hoorah with them bitches that can't do shit for you besides suck dick for 2 seconds and you can't even nut, go ahead. But at the end of the
Okay.
day, when you come to this city, you know where that dick belongs. You're coming home to mommy. Fuck.
Hmm.
And he knew that. The only issue that I had was I wish he was in a relationship prior. Because when he was in a relationship, he wasn't in Minnesota. He was with the bitch. And God knows where. I just wish he was in a relationship and came to Minnesota during his relationship
So
so I could
if
see if
somebody
he
fucks
could
you,
still fuck.
so
Because
you would
if
let him fuck
he
you, even though
fucked
you
me
know
while he
you're
was in
in
a
a relationship
relationship,
to test him.
that's when I knew I could never take this nigga seriously.
But you let him hit.
No, I would have let him fuck me if he was in a relationship. What? The D is fire. The problem is I would never take him seriously again
No, no,
after
no. Well, I'm trying
because
to get something
the
here.
same way
So you're
you're
saying
in a relationship
you're
with
not
that
just gonna
girl,
like
if we
just
ever
test
got
him.
in a
You're gonna like
relationship,
you let it
would
go
you do
for
the
maybe
same
like
thing
a
to
minute.
me?
You let him hit, and then be like,
So
"All right,
yeah.
relinquish it."
Mhm.
You evil. Why let him hit then? You don't know
Mhm.
that before.
Yeah, I would have ended it right there.
Okay, so
Oh, because
again,
the dick is
I
fire.
don't. Okay, and that's what. No,
I know,
you
but I
don't
would
know
let
this
him
before,
hit because it's like, bro, the dick, like
right?
that. When I told you
Because
that
you're in
dick
a
was
relationship, so you
this,
don't know
this
all
is
this
the
before.
only nigga that made me orgasm in my
Why let him
whole
hit
entire life
if he's not
through
gonna hit?
penetration. Uh-huh.
What's the thinking? Remember? Uh,
Because I just want to. It would be my lick back. I want this nigga to remind. I want this nigga to be in remembrance of how tight this pussy is, how fresh this pussy is, how clean this pussy is. I want him to
yeah.
remember every second of it.
You
I
added in.
want those liquids on that dick like nobody's business. After we're done,
Mhm.
blocked. But he never did that shit. So I knew he was a good nigga because even when he was in a relationship with her, he was loyal to her all the way through. Very loyal. So I knew that he had standards like if I'm in a relation, I'm 10 toes down. Now the problem I had was, damn, you were in a relationship with this girl, but like it's like you know the connection that we have. Like, am I not good enough for
You
you?
still
But he had told me that the
you
reason
look
why we
sad.
could have
You
never
look sad
dated
that you
is
have a
because we both live in different states. And I was okay with that. I was like, okay, bet.
you look sad. You're like, yeah, it's okay, but so yeah, I was like, bet. Yeah, it
Am
shows.
I sad? I'm not sad. I'm just more so
For real?
disappointed.
For real?
I already know what I can pull.
Dang,
Young Tori,
I
look
haven't
at me.
seen
I'm
it.
a hot bitch. I got titties that look like silicone. Bitches would want to buy my
Yeah,
titties.
I ain't seen him yet. So yeah,
Yes. Anyway, like I said
I'm just
again,
saying I ain't seen him
um,
yet, so I don't know. Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
What you mean that yeah is
Anyway, so
crazy? I ain't seen him yet.
like I said, when it came to him,
Uh huh.
he already not yet is crazy. So what I'm saying again, so what I'm saying is, when it comes to him, I
I
was
was gonna
just
say if I
disappointed
thought you had
because of
seen
all
something.
that work I did when I was writing it for no reason. You know?
Yeah, you know what? I'll just no. Can you? How hard can you write?
Bro, does anybody know
Shoot,
how hard
that's what
writing
we do
is?
all day, every day. What you mean?
It's hard as fuck because you gotta thrust in different types of ways. Like sometimes you gotta put your like legs up. But yours is different because you can lay down. Like with a girl, like
There,
you gotta be
but
able to like move your body in a way. Like you're supposed to whine your body on the dick. Some bitches can't whine. Like I have a
So you
best
giving
friend,
out sex
bro,
ed
and we
class?
had to like
That's messed up.
I literally had to give her a pillow and show her how to wind your body on a nigga's dick in order for him to like. Well, me and my best friend talk about everything, so it's like,
Wait, so what
come
did you
on.
used to do?
But I never used to be on top. It was actually that nigga that put me on to like
That's your favorite?
being on top, like liking it.
Oh no,
I
I'm
mean,
more
what's your favorite
of the
position?
laying
Missionary?
down sideways.
Basic ass nigga?
So it's not missionary and it's not doggy.
No, I'm asking you.
Well, I'm not laying down. Oh,
Ew!
oh, laying flat.
Ew! You're the type of nigga who's lazy. You like the sideways shit?
Nah.
Oh, but you're kind of
Nice, huh?
laying down a little bit. You're probably just putting your leg up like a dog. You're still sideways.
You won't even let me
Oh,
explain.
okay, okay, I see it. Because
No,
you're probably the girl is probably laying down, you're coming
the
from the
girl is
side
laying
and hitting it.
sideways.
Okay. I
It's kind of like
Is that what
you
you're
know
saying?
doggy. So you just like on your like some
No,
on.
explain.
So instead of doggy, the girl's just laying sideways.
Mhm.
Just lift her. So she'll just lift her leg
Mhm.
up. Right. So how's that me being lazy?
Mhm. Mhm. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're basically lifting her leg up. Okay.
What do you
That
mean?
position is fire. But you can't do that to every nigga. You know how they get ahead of themselves. Oof. That's a deadly position.
Isn't that the point of the game? How deep can you
Like
go?
the position you said is deadly because you never know how deep that nigga can go. Like if it's deep, bitch, you're gonna be screaming.
That's the
Oh
goal,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that's the point. But what I'm saying is like it's just like niggas can get in so deep in your pussy like
You just
that,
asked me. I
you
was
won't
like,
be able to say your name.
no, I'm not basic. I try to make it fun.
I didn't know you were freaky like that. Okay, young Toro.
Why?
Period.
Oh, oh, you're just just
Okay, so like
wait.
my
What?
favorite
What? How are you
position
choking
was
me?
always
Wait, what?
missionary. Yes, call me a basic bitch, but I always like to choke a nigga and be like, look into my eyes.
Oh, okay. That's a new one. I've never had that.
No, I'm literally I'm laying down and taking my hand and choking him while he fucks me. Now,
Well, me
when
too.
this nigga kind of like
Most people do.
advanced my sexual history because I was prude. If you remember, I forgot to
Bro,
tell you,
how
I
many
lost my
years
virginity
after that
after high school,
you
so
still learning?
I was very prude.
I think by
I'm
now you should
still
know. I feel like
learning.
by now you should know.
Yeah, I'm still
Like
learning
you
my
should know what
sexual
you're doing.
body. So with
Okay. Okay. Hey. All right.
yeah, I'm still
All right.
learning. No, I'm still learning.
I've heard about,
I'm
but
still
I haven't
learning.
watched the movie. I haven't read the books.
So with
Hmm.
him, he put me on. So like, do you know 50 Shades of Grey and how it works? Okay, so Christian Grey, he doesn't like when his bitch is like dominant. This nigga does not like when I'm dominant. Like
Okay.
if I
So you
try to
like that.
choke him, he'll literally like take my hands and like pull them behind my back.
So you feel like you're
Like that's
dominant
what Christian Grey
for real?
does. Type shit. So he doesn't like when I want to like be on my dominant like side and like yes. Especially when it comes to shy niggas. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing everything. I'm sucking your cock, I'm getting on top, I'm going from the back, I'm doing cowboy reverse, I'm doing all of this shit because you're not used to a bitch who can do all of these things. You're used to bitches who are laying like fish and you come in like 2 minutes.
So you get busy.
Like for me, I do like a little foreplay, like like you gotta like yeah, I get busy as fuck and like I don't know. With him, it was always like he knows how my body works. So I
I'm
really fucked with
surprised.
him
It's
on
just that's
that.
what I'm saying.
But like
You're
with
busy.
him, he
Not everybody
takes
just rushes
his
in.
time before he puts his dick inside me. And I feel like a lot of niggas don't know how to do that.
So that's what I'm saying. It
I
depends
know,
what.
but like, when it comes to these younger men, bro, come on. They just like putting
Because
their
I
dick
don't
into.
rush into it.
Come on. No, it depends who. So I can't generalize for everybody. But he found a way to like, yeah. He doesn't rush into it either, but it was like showed me so many
You're
positions
saying you can do
where
splits on
like
it, huh?
I can do like a split. Like I'm so flexible. Like we were doing shit that like I know no bitch can do what I can do. I know no bitch can do what I can do. I know. On my mama,
To the
Akiamungu, I
max
swear to bro, I was doing a split on the dick. I swear to God.
on your hip,
Like he just like the way
on
he
your
was
hip,
fucking me, like opened up my cartilage and
on
like
your hip.
my like the cartilage that's between your legs that like expands so you're able to do a
He like
split?
unfollowed you, huh?
Yeah, bro. My whole body was that was a whole workout. Like that was Pilates.
You don't sound like you have any regret.
No, he folded me like a napkin, nigga. Like a fucking envelope. Fuck. Nigga, I was ready to be sent. I don't have any regret.
Right.
That experience changed my life for the better. Only because of this.
You can just
He
start
advanced
creating,
my
huh?
sexual knowledge completely. Like I was doing things I thought I
Right.
couldn't do.
Just saying.
Literally, I thought I should sign
We
up
will
for
be waiting for the
OnlyFans
link.
because what the fuck did I just do?
If you drop an OnlyFans, we're gonna be waiting for the link.
Don't get ahead of ourselves.
Oh, okay.
But I
I
don't
mean,
have any
you asked
regrets
me
because,
earlier if I could be a
hmm?
yeah. I was gonna be the split.
Right. I just need a
Where's the
partner.
money is?
So find me
I'm
somebody.
talking business here now.
Yeah.
We're trying to make this money or what? How much is the
Damn.
subscription? $20? $20 a
No, you
month?
feel
How
me?
much we losing?
But what I'm saying is, yeah.
Let's see. They but the only part about OnlyFans is
You
you
know,
can
all the
download
kiblets would subscribe.
like
You know, they love my ass, bro.
so
They be saying
there's
I do
not a lot of
OnlyFans and shit. I'm
security
like,
features
what?
on OnlyFans to protect the creator. That content usually just leaks out eventually.
Yeah, which is weird. Or screen record.
How does
Right.
how do toxic relationships look like? Have you
But
ever
when
been
it
in a
comes to
toxic
that
relationship?
experience, Young Tor, it showed me what toxic relationships look like, advanced my sexual history, and then third, it also I was basically in a toxic situationship where even though I
This
was
nigga's
telling
out
him
here
about
getting
my
raped.
feelings, he would always respond to that dick own like my dick owns you. Like I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
So I thought of, damn, I'm out here trying to like talk to girls
Yeah.
nicely. People just saying my dick owns you. I'm like,
He got
damn.
it away with me and I folded. Because it was sexy to me. Because every time I talked, he was like it was like mama, like don't worry, like we can't really be in a relationship. I live in a different state. Mama, this dick is only for you when I come out there. Mama, I only got my dick sucked for only 10 minutes and it was terrible. I had to get a nut off.
God dang. So
Mama,
are you
like it was
afraid of
getting
your
manipulating. I
man
was like, fuck. Like I'm sharing
understanding
this
or
nigga with
saying the
everybody.
exact
Are you
opposite?
dicking the same bitches like you dick me? I was getting irritated.
Huh.
Oh my
So
god,
that's
I
a
get
fear.
so nervous because if I'm shaking like this and I can't even
My girl told me
open
that.
my legs correctly, what are you doing to the next
She
bitch?
came and asked me, "Is this how you?" I'm like, I'm not doing
Honestly.
anyone else.
Oh, it's a fear. I was like, bro, if you're doing this to me,
So you have to be in a relationship to experience that.
if you're doing this to me, bro,
Is
and
what
we're
you're
not
saying.
in a relationship, that is weird. That is weird as fuck. Young Toro, if you would have seen what this nigga did to me, bro, you'd know that there had to be something there. Like, this is not just fucking to fuck. There had to be something there. Like, it's like these people have been at it before. Like, they know what they're doing, type shit. Like, you can tell, bro. That's why I
That's what I'm
can't
saying.
watch porn, because it's
Maybe you
not like
just
really
maybe
emotional.
you
It's
just
more
aren't
like,
exposed
let's fuck because of money.
to the actual
Versus
good
the way he
movies.
fucked me,
So yeah, don't I don't know.
the dirty talk.
Maybe the people before him were just mediocre, and then he actually. So that's the problem. Free food.
Yeah, because I was
But
just fucking. I didn't take these niggas seriously. I was just getting free food and getting my pussy ate. Like,
I
that's
don't
what
want
I
to
thought of
stop
them
it,
as, because
but I
we
don't want
didn't
to be
see anything
because it's
chemistry
like,
wise. I mean,
what if you didn't give him a reason
it's
not
not
to
like they looked
think?
into a
What
future
if
with
they just
me.
thought, oh, she's
These
bad, she's
niggas.
considering bad?
Like, there was always red flags on these dates.
Okay, hey, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I always gave a reason. It was just, remember what my type was? I told you what my type was. I like niggas who've gone through
Facts.
shit. I like street guys who've gone through the gutter, and because they really understand the mindset of what it's like to have
For some reason,
nobody
everybody
and
thinks that
still
everybody
make
was
it.
born rich.
Versus these
That's true.
rich motherfuckers, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, have you ever been poor before?
Anyway,
You know,
it's been 2 hours. Holy shit! This is officially
nah, nigga, that's
officially the
not how
longest
it
podcast
works.
I've ever done.
So, yeah.
It's officially the longest
Yeah,
podcast.
it has been two
Two
hours.
hours, 11 minutes right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Cause I'm that bitch.
Facts.
I'm that bitch.
Okay. Okay. Hey,
Do you see what I'm
the clock
saying?
is
That
back.
it takes a
I'm trying to
real
keep up with the
bitch
Gen Z
to
lingo.
talk her
Y'all,
shit,
y'all,
pop her shit,
what's
clock
clocking
that
it mean?
T. You feel me?
I don't clock. I, no, I
Clocking
don't
it.
clock in. I'm salary, so I don't clock in. I just clock
Clocking
out.
means is, you know, you go into a job, you clock in, right? What you do after, young Toro?
Right. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You clock out.
When you were, you know, uno guest stories, yeah, bro. You know your first jobs, you were punching in. You were clocking in. What were you doing after you
Be
were done with
killing
that
me.
8 hour
Hey, you
shift?
be killing when you say that shit.
Exactly. Clock it.
It's like you'll go into space and you just say some shit and everybody just goes quiet. You just
Clock
go like,
that
oh shit,
T,
this awkward
nigga.
silence because nobody else wants to say shit. Everybody's afraid of you. Coming into the space, you say some shit, everybody just goes silent. It's just crickets. You're on your ass.
No, I know. Everyone's afraid of me. I swear. Because they know if,
It's a
like,
fallen soldier.
they say some weird shit, I'm gonna clock it. Bro, bro, there's a fallen soldier. I forgot to tell you. There's one fallen soldier that
He's ops now.
on spaces that, I
He
mean, we
switched.
have to make a funeral for him because he switched sides. So
Hey man,
yeah.
don't don't bring these beefs on the
So
podcast.
rest in
You
peace,
can't be bringing the
Nubian.
beefs.
It was
Hey,
a long ride.
hey, listen, you can't be bringing the beefs to the podcast.
But
No, but
fuck you,
you say
Nubian. You
fuck
know
Nubian
what
though.
you did. Fuck him. I'm not beefing with you, Nubian. I'm not. But Nubian, what you said to me yesterday was so hurtful because we video called one on one. But now I have to
You
consider
still
you
talk to
a
Nubian?
fucking puny because you've decided
Okay,
to
well, okay.
revert yourself into that group.
Word.
So if you're trying to hit my line, you better apologize. Otherwise, it's fuck you. No, I
What?
said he's married. You know he's married,
Hey,
right?
hey. Now it's just
Mm-hmm.
my
Very
opinion.
successful
I made the
relationship.
record
You know, Young
completely
Tora,
clear
I'm
that
known
intro
for
drop.
ruining
I was not
relationships on the
drooling.
app. I see you licking your lips and
I was
shit.
not drooling.
It's
At
fine
no
though,
point
you feel
was
me?
I. And no titties were shown in this podcast. I promise. But yeah. Hey, hey. No, no titties
No, no titties were
were
shown, y'all.
shown
I
in this in
promise.
the making of this
Maybe
podcast.
Young Tora was, looking at stuff on the internet on his end,
Nothing was
but
worked out. It's just
for me,
for what? It is
no
for what it
Mujulu
is.
bangs were exposed, nothing like that. So everybody,
Gotta take a
it
hit.
is what it is. But what are your final words? Because I need to smoke.
24 hours from now, it will be April 20th,
Oh
4:20
shit,
p.m. Central Time. You gotta go get it. But yeah, it's 4:20.
nigga! Mm-hmm.
Hmm. But yeah, hit me up. Your final words before I wrap this it up.
What time is it there? 4:20. Okay, we're Central Time too. 4:20. My final words is so. I hope you guys really enjoyed this 2 hour ordeal. I know some of you guys will get bored of
Clock
it,
it.
like during it,
Clock it.
but let me tell you, y'all, we spilled the tea. We clocked
Clock
it.
it.
And,
You
we
clocked
know
it.
at the end of
You
the day,
clocked it.
the name of this small podcast he did is Clocked It. Because we really clocked it. We really did. You see how I just clock
Yeah,
it?
come talk your
And
shit.
let me tell you this, yo. Young Tor is probably one of my favorite people. I've really interacted with him, and I feel like anybody who wants to pop their shit should be able to, come on in to Gatheri Media and talk
It's
your shit.
scheduling. Scheduling is what
Obviously, I feel like
the
we
people
had
are
if
busy.
we have more people on the panel, like Nubian, Sonia,
Yeah,
have everybody in here.
anybody that wants to talk their
Oh
shit,
my
just
god.
we'll shoot the shit. Yeah,
Scheduling is what's at it, right? But like I said again, my final words include as a female, a woman in 2024,
I agree.
don't let any nigga tell you shit. Like, be who you are, be able to be free. If you want to free the nipple, do it. Don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, everyone's seen a pussy. Everyone's seen titties. Everyone's seen everything. If you want to be naked on the street, do what you want to do. If you want to love who you want to love, if you want to love a dog, a squirrel, a cat, love who you want to love, bro. Nobody cares. All this propaganda is because people are
Hmm.
bored at home beating their meat over and over and over and over again
What's
that
wrong
they
with
need
listening?
something new.
All right,
You feel me? That's why you find a lot of Minutemen in 2024 busting a nut over a small titty. You feel me?
but that's another topic
Busting
though.
a nut in
I don't think
2.4
you put
seconds
much
shows me
effort
that
into
you're not
this
sexually
activity.
disciplined and you don't get
It's
enough
just
pussy
if,
because all you do is watch
okay.
porn up and down.
Wow.
Yeah,
Don't you think
they do.
that's a very simplistic way to
No, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's a very
if
simplistic
you're
way to
on
put
the
it
internet
because
watching
I don't
naked
get pussy
people
because I'm not
fuck,
outside.
I
I just sit in
mean,
the house.
why can't you do it in real
Just not
life?
because I'm
Why do
married.
you have to
Just
sit
because I'm
and
not going out.
beat your meat
Even when I watch it,
24/7?
I just sit in the house. I just sit in the crib. Yeah, it is new. Yeah.
Well, you're in a relationship. Oh, you weren't in a
But it's the
How
women
long
that
have you
in
been in a
America.
relationship for? This seems brand
I think it's
new.
the women that are in America.
Hmm. So, what made you be in a long distance relationship? You couldn't find women in America, or your passport, bro?
I don't think you've met me though. Yeah.
Oh, you are
I
a
think
little
it's legal
shy
too.
boy, so I feel like sometimes you can't really, handle the aggressiveness.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're
No
too
comment.
shy. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming through.
But you know what they say? The silent ones are the deadliest killers.
I'm gonna hit you tomorrow for 420 for sure. Yeah, don't hold on, don't leave yet. But yeah, thank you everybody for listening. This has been the Get That Media podcast.
Yes, I do. Happy
Yeah,
420.
okay. I'll put her Twitter.
Okay, hit me up. Peace out, y'all.
Very beautiful young lady. Go far. What?
And Nyaboke.
Okay. All right.
Oh my god.
But yeah, go check her out. She's amazing. So we had a good chat, but
No
we'll
one's
see you guys
called
on the
me
next
beautiful before.
Changanya maji, maharagwe na mahindi, rusha yote kwa moto na uchemshe kamili. Githeri toa alafu unyunyuzie kachumbi, kisha sunda kwa jua la ndivyo isipatane nayo vumbi. Za GMPs, Githeri Media Podcast. GMPs, Young Toro on a broadcast. GMPs, Githeri Media Podcast. GMPs, Young